All right, we are live, everyone, with the Jim Barrows after party. Jim is not with us yet. I imagine that he has had to take a bit of a break, so he'll be with us momentarily. But we do have my very good friend Beanbilzabub with us.
Who?
My moderator extraordinaire, Inquisitive Quandary, and of course, I'm sure I don't even have to introduce this guy. This is Eric Murphy. You guys know him from talking. Moderator extraordinaire. This guy.
No worries. Oh,
we got echo shit going on.
yeah, there we go. That a little better?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right.
That's got to be the quickest echo fix that I've ever seen. It's amazing.
Professional. No.
So, how's everybody doing today? It was fun watching you talk to Jim, man.
Yeah, Jim is really cool. Like
really cool. I agree.
Like I just chatting with him because I've been watching him now for a while, you know, as a co-host on like multiple shows. Mm-hmm. So, and I'm like, this, he's fucking smart. Mm-hmm. He's funny. I got to have this guy on the show. So I called into, I think was it Truth Wanted?
Okay.
Or was it your show? I think it was Truth Wanted. And I'm like, oh yeah, because we want to know the truth of whether or not he'd want to come on my show. So that's what I posed the question with the call screeners, right? So
nice.
And he agreed, and so we set it up, and we got to have it done.
Well, Jim, as a person, is a community builder. I mean, he's definitely one of those people that is just great to have at the ACA and great for the ACA. So I'm really glad that he's getting out there and going on shows and growing and all of that stuff. And I totally support him. So
yeah, for sure.
Cheers to that.
Indeed.
Now, this is a usual joke, but I did tell him that I would relay the message. Bad Tempered Badger, Eric, would like to have you on a show.
Okay.
On Badger Show? Oh, you got to go on Badger Show. He's hysterical.
Okay.
He is hysterical. I said, I'll relay the message if I talk to you, and I'm talking to you, so I'm keeping my word.
And have you spoken with the Daily Atheist yet, Chris Mallard?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was on a show.
Did I miss that one?
You must have.
Was it a morning show?
Yeah.
Because I always
Of course it was a morning show.
I don't fucking remember that. Why do I not remember that?
Maybe a week ago. Oh, wait, Jim!
Hey! And then immediately booted him out.
Man of the hour.
Sorry about that. I was not paying attention to Twitter like I should have been.
It's all right. It's all right.
Yeah, I do more of my stuff I do more talking on Facebook than I do Twitter, so it's not always as up to mind as it probably should be. So. Oh
shit, man! You should have told me that. I would have sent you all the links via there. So.
It doesn't matter.
Okay. I don't care. I'm drinking rum.
Yeah, Gosling's Black Seal Bermuda Black Rum. Good stuff. Oh, man. Highly recommend it. Nice.
I look like a pirate.
Cinnamon.
Jim is a legit pirate.
I have the boat to go with it. So, yeah. I've got a 40-foot sloop that is calling my name, and I'm very upset I did not get to this weekend.
But, awesome.
Yeah. That's a whole different story. But, yeah, looking forward to doing some more sailing on that.
Yeah, for sure. Puck has joined us. Puck is going to be joining me too eventually soon here coming up.
Okay.
No, I mean he'll be a guest on my show.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I've got some fairly interesting people coming up. Zara K being one of them.
Hey.
Okay.
All right, on the 27th. And then, of course, that Wednesday following the Monday, the 27th, I have my blood donation. So I got to go take the day off for that one. And then I got Damien Athope, who's coming on as well on May 2nd. Yeah. Felicia Entwistle, I think will be May 9th. We may have to reschedule. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
And Hemant Mehta, and I've decided not to interview Peter Boghossian. I still have to send him an email, but I've decided not to do that because of what he posted. About people putting their preferred pronouns in their bio. He says,
I saw that.
You saw that with the angry thing, and I fucking shared that shit, and it's like, excuse me, I put pronouns in my bio because people I care about, both family and friends, are members of marginalized societies, and I do everything that I can to help normalize this type of thing, and also because I give a shit about them.
Yeah.
It's nothing to do with anger.
Yeah. I asked, I posted to that thread is, you can read minds now. Because that's kind of what he's doing. But honestly, this goes back to my, earlier statement about conversations. We need to have these conversations. Sure. But if you don't want to have them, that's fine. Not everybody has to have the conversation. But at some point, I think somebody needs to talk to Peter about.
So you think I should have him on and hold his feet to the fire on this?
I don't know about you, but somebody needs to have him on and find out what the fuck he was talking about.
Well, he missed the memo. Right now is not the time to be talking shit about little trivial steps and pronouns. I'm sorry. That's a trivial step. It's something really small and stupid from somebody else's perspective. What do you want me to call you? It's not fucking hard. Now is not the time to be talking shit and having problems with people just wanting to be comfortable with themselves.
I completely agree. But on the flip side of that is one of the reasons why we have Nazis coming out of the woodwork is because we have marginalized them and not talked to them and kept them under the covers for so long. And I'm really afraid that if we do continue to do that with something as trivial as pronouns, that we'll end up with something as bad later on down the road. And I don't know. And again, I'm not saying anybody has to talk to him that doesn't want to. But I think it is important to have those conversations and say, dude, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
Because Twitter's not a good place for. That's why I'm not on Twitter. It's not a good place for long conversations. But yeah,
I mean, I'll be honest with you. I've got both of his fucking books because I very much was into street epistemology, right? So
yeah, and that's what makes me go, what the fuck are you talking about?
It's funny.
The guy who got all that started.
I don't know. I heard a while back that he was problematic in that way, so it wasn't as surprising. But what's interesting though is for somebody who was behaving that vitriolic to have been the person who, like you're saying, started the whole street epistemology thing and getting Anthony, who is just this walking human just sweetheart, it took on a life entirely separate from Bogosian. And
it's weird, eh?
Yeah, for sure.
Anthony, when I met him, he fucking ran right up to me and gave me like you did, Eric. He ran right up to me and gave me the biggest fucking hug ever. Right?
Yeah.
So
well, the thing too that I think is interesting is if you look at his book and you look at what the top YouTube street epistemology folks are doing, and that's all we have to go by. We can't talk about anybody who's not on YouTube. They're not doing everything he says to do in that book.
Right.
They're much more conversational and less confrontational than his book requires, or book says he should do.
Well, the new one is definitely more to that aspect.
Yeah.
Being kind of confrontational.
Yeah, and I don't think we need to do that at the street level. There's a place for it. Atheist Experience, Talk Heathen, the shows, because there's an element of entertainment in those that has to happen, and confrontation is a good way to have that form of. I don't mean entertainment in any stretch of the imagination as a derogatory at this point, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, they're call-in shows.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and they're
coming to you.
Yeah. So that's very different than the man in the street. That's very different than the conversations we have with people we love who are still theists. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, and I can't see myself talking to them in that tone, I guess you might say.
Yeah.
I'm a pretty Canadian, so I'm fairly polite anyways, but but I tend to be a little bit less abrasive, we'll say.
Yeah.
I'm more like the sponge side of the sponge rather than the other side that you scrub the plates with, right? So, you know what I mean? I sorry to use a sponge analogy, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, well, it works, right?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
And all analogies fail when you look at them close enough. So.
We went over this already.
I can't stick around for too long, but I did just want to hop in and say, Jim, dude, It was awesome seeing you on the show, Neil. I watch a lot more of your content than I think you know.
You never say anything, so how am I supposed to know?
No, I just chill, But y'all have been keeping me company while I've been unpacking. As you can see, I'm drenched in sweat because the air conditioner is not working at
You
my
sexy
place.
beast, you.
Oh, that sucks.
Oh, it's brutal. It's brutal.
But that smell, buddy, I don't know.
Well, I know in Arizona, if the AC is not working, then you can actually sue and not pay rent for the days the AC is not working. But that's the difference between 110 and 90, which you Austinites
Thanks, Puck.
like to complain about 90. And it's like, no, it's not hot till it gets to 110. After 110, it gets hot. Anything below that, not hot.
You know that it's like there's a scale. Okay. Anyway,
My scale is broken. I will fully admit.
Hey,
I in Phoenix broke my hot scale. 80 is freezing.
We're gonna have to argue about free will, though, Jim.
I'm not so firm in my position that I'm willing to argue about it. To be honest,
I want to be a fly on the wall for this one.
But yeah, I mean, there are times when the sum of the parts is greater than the whole, and there are times that are not, and it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Well, actually, where I'm at is I don't think that the argument that you should behave as though you have free will plays out. I think that there's a pretty solid argument to say that if we all recognize that we don't, we could possibly build a society better than the one we've got.
Now, that is an interesting take.
Well, I mean, I think you would definitely attack recidivism in prisons a whole lot differently if you took people as having been, the product of X, Y, and Z. And
well,
I don't know.
I think
Which could influence decision making.
Yeah,
well, Scandinavian countries are focusing. Most of them are focusing on happiness of the population as being important, and when they do that, they're making decisions that a lot of those countries are having to close prisons because they don't have enough prisoners because they're focusing on the things that make populations happy, and so not ending up as many people committing crimes. Well, and they're directly reducing crimes. So yeah, that would be an interesting conversation.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know about a debate, but I think definitely conversation. I'm not expert enough to actually do a debate, but I think a conversation about those topics would be interesting.
I would not debate you anyway. We agree on way too much, my friend. You got your dark drinks. I got my gin.
It's good. I'm a proponent of good drinks. I don't care. Pabst Blue Ribbon, don't drink it. But Coors is good. It's a good, cheap drink. There's some good, cheap wines that I like. But
okay.
Quality is better than price, but price is often an indication of quality.
Sometimes.
I actually wanted to say something to you, Eric. As I finally got to watch the whole Talk Heathen episode today at work, of course.
Oh, from Sunday?
Yeah, and you're mentioning of Manischewitz wine. See, growing up Jewish,
okay,
on Passover we get the Manischewitz wine.
Of course,
and it's super sweet.
Yeah, it's alcoholic grape juice.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
and it's California.
It's super easy to drink, and before you know it, you're on the floor because it tastes like fucking Kool-Aid, and you're drinking this shit, and then the next thing you're like, I think I drank too much. You're doing a face plant on the kitchen table into your gefilte fish or your matzo ball soup or whatever.
There we go. Yeah.
Gefilte fish is like a fish pate thing that they put together. Yeah. It's so good, man.
Not a fan, my friend.
Oh, really? I love it.
Not a fan. Wake me up the next day and make some matzo farfel, and I'm happy.
Perfect.
First time I ever got drunk was at a Catholic Seder supper from a priest.
Oh, Jen, thank you.
Oh,
because it's not real Passover until you do a face plant to the gefilte fish.
Anyway, I don't remember what we were eating, but I
just purchased a spot in my heart.
I know y'all have other people you want to bring in. Just wanted to send my love, say hi. Y'all rock, Jim. We've got to talk, man.
Yeah, definitely, Eric. Definitely. It'd be fun.
Same with you, Neil. Dude, love you. B. Beelzebub, it's nice to meet you.
brother.
IQ.
Me too.
Mhm.
It's like the Brady Bunch. Here's the story.
Again.
All right.
Oh no, you got to go this way because it's backwards, right? So,
Yeah.
that's weird. I don't know how fucking StreamYard did this, but
Let's see. I believe it's IQ, B. Beelzebub, Neil, and Jim.
Yes.
you got it. You got it.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for jumping in, dude.
Absolutely.
Yeah, appreciate it, Eric.
I know you got to go do that interview thing, and you're still unpacking. So get yourself there. And
You're never done unpacking, Eric.
think-
Somebody's moved 14 times in 17 years.
so
You're
I've been here
never
for
done.
7 years, and I've still got boxes full of shit over here.
Well, IQ gave me some great advice on how to cool down, getting a bucket with some ice and some of that stuff. So that's what I'm going to go do.
Yeah, cool that artery works every time.
Cool that artery. It's magic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I do have room for some more folks, and yes, Jen, I saw. Jen, Dead City Jen, not Jen Aldrich. I saw that you wanted in as well. So I'm going to go and send a link to a couple of folks here,
Cool.
and we'll have some more folks jump in. Paste, because that's what you do. I love computers.
Copy pasta errors.
Yeah, I don't have to memorize shit and then type it out again. And I'll get my good friend Jen in here as well. Dead City Jen. All right. Yeah, actually, Dead City Jen was with me on the Saturday night stream that I did.
Uh-huh.
And right away, at the beginning of the stream, I dropped one of these, 100 mil edible gummy one. By the end of the stream, which was around 2:30, it's all wired, right? By the end of the stream, I was just so fucking baked that I was just saying the stupidest shit. I don't even remember. Hello, Jen and Jen.
Hello, Jen.
Yo, double Gen time yet again.
Yeah, indeed. And Dead City, I owe you an apology because I think towards the end of that stream, I referred to you as a he.
Oh, I didn't even notice. I don't get hung up on shit like that.
I know, but I try
I
my best.
appreciate it though. Yeah.
That'll happen, IQ.
I have a hypothesis for people like Neil and I in our age bracket, and I don't want to say we're old, but
oh no, dude, I'm old.
I'm over 50, just barely, but I'm still over 50.
Wow, then I'm 53, so
okay, yeah. And the hypothesis that when we grew up, the non-binary was not a thing, and so our brains grew up fixing on, we're pattern recognition, so the patterns we recognize are not the patterns we should be recognizing.
Right. So our brains automatically go to
right, and it's completely the wrong setup. It's completely wrong pattern recognition that should be happening, and yet because I do it to V, Matt does it to V, and honestly, I will say this: I'm not going to speak for Neil, but I suspect he would agree. Please wrap us on the back of our heads, and we do it because we need to retrain the pattern recognition in our brains. They're helping us do what we want to do.
Yeah.
I vaguely remember having this conversation with Neil, like unbelievable, not Neil, Jim, shit-faced drunk one night. I think you and I got like blasted and had this.
That would have to be New Year's because it's the only time you and I have been blasted.
No, there was another one right before New Year's, the night after I flew into Austin, that trip. And it was me, you, Matt, and Jamie at Matt's.
What was I drinking at Matt's?
I don't remember, but that was the night that Jamie randomly went and got Domino's.
Probably his really expensive tequila, Jim. Because he tried to get me to, and I'm not a fan of tequila, so I turned him down.
Okay, wait. I'm going to refresh Jim's memory.
I'm going to actually accept his invitation.
So you came over, and I had somewhere else to go. And Jamie came by. I went to where I was coming from, came back, went to the fridge, cracked open a fresh bottle of wine, told everyone to shut the fuck up, and guzzled half of it that night.
Beautiful.
I don't remember that night.
Oh, I remember that night.
Good bottle of something.
We had long talks that night.
Okay. I don't remember any of them. You have the advantage of me.
Yay, we get to have them again.
Going back to the whole like misgendering thing though, like I'm not someone who will get hung up on it, but I will.
What's up?
You know, if you
Go ahead.
No, I know you. You're
okay.
totally like chill about it, and I get, and
Yeah.
that's cool. But I still feel like a dick.
Thank you anyways for trying, and honestly I know it's difficult because I have like a deep as hell voice.
I know, which I'm jealous of, which is probably why my brain went, get him.
I want my voice to change.
Right. And to be honest, it's not so much that you get hung up on it, and I appreciate you not, but it's also, in my case, again, speaking for myself, it's helping me to retrain the pattern recognition parts of my brain.
Yes, exactly.
Because I will do it,
Jen.
especially now that I'm, this bottle was full when I started. So, especially now, I will, and when I did it, and I'm normally really good around V, but I know I did it when we were playing Quiplash. It's because my brain was functioning on so many different levels.
I think what we had talked about was, like you said, we didn't have they, them growing up. And the term that we had was androgynous.
Right.
So there wasn't a gender pronoun. It was a look description for us. So we're like, when, they, them came in, we were like, okay, cool. But, how we grew up, that we didn't have this. So it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in absolutely no way am I saying that anybody should dress in a certain way.
Right. No.
I need to retrain the brain.
Yeah.
Because it's 50 years old, and it started in the 80s when most of those pattern recognitions were set.
The 80s, I was wearing fucking sleeveless jean jackets over top of Mac jackets that we used to light on fire, so all the fuzzies would disappear, and so no one else could light you on fire. And then Mac jackets are like the one that I would put on the other day, Jen.
Yeah.
And I said my Canadian
tuxedo. I know what Mac jackets are.
Right? Yeah,
I was alive in the 80s.
They come with tails, and you cut them off so that it's straight around rather than the tails. And then you light that shit on fire. Oh, and we've got the third Gen in the chat now, so it's the Gen effect.
It's the Genathon again. It's the generation again.
It's
the generation again.
My generation.
I had an 8. Wait, no, I had an 8-ball jacket in the 80s. I actually had one. I owned one.
I was straight up
there.
there.
Until the 90s.
No, that was like late 80s.
Oh yeah, you're right. About 87, I think.
86, 87-ish, yeah.
I was already in college by then, Jen. Get off my lawn.
Me too. My lawn. You remember the thermal ones where you could put your hand on the shirt and it would change color?
Vaguely, yeah.
I had like 4 of those. I love them.
They disappeared because everyone would get hot and sweaty and wreck them.
Yeah.
and try to wash them and they'd be fucked.
So I was also a lifeguard. Do you remember Tiddies? Tiddies, the shoe?
Yes.
Yeah, we know you have a pair. These are not
every day of my life, Jim. Okay.
But they were the super soft. They were the 80s version of Crocs. But they were flip-flops. They were awesome.
Yep.
They were super comfortable. It's comfortable pair of flip-flops I've ever owned.
Look at X. I'm a Jen too. I just
warm, cozy.
Warm, cozy, pillowy.
How about swatches?
Change color when you
still have
a
one,
bit too much.
You still have a swatch?
I still
You
have
a swatch?
You know what, Neil? I hate to call you out on your own show, but
let me. It may be in storage. I might have it here. Let me check. Okay. it had the green strap, the red strap, and the watch itself was blue.
Right.
With a starry face with the yellow hands on it.
Wow.
I don't know if you remember. Yeah. Oh, dude. It was. I was like, those are fucking
So Neil
cool.
does this. I'm gonna pull shit out, right? And he's
everything's within arm's reach.
He's gonna pull out the holy fucking grail one day and just start like drinking fucking beer out of it.
Don't even tempt me.
Honestly, I could definitely see that.
Right?
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, swatches. Oh man, that's.
Let me see if it's in here.
I used to have an Intellivision. I never had an Atari, but I had an Intellivision.
Nice dick shot, Neil.
Only you would think that, Jen.
Is that a phone in your pocket, or are you just happy to see
on my
us?
mind lately. I'm in quarantine, okay, and there was this like.
Jen, do we need to send you a supply of batteries?
Oh no! What are you kidding me? I've got to fucking subscribe and save Amazon account for that shit. What are you?
But you need more batteries.
It's getting so bad that I would normally have not have found the ER nurse hot last night, and I was just like, holy fuck, he's gorgeous. And I'm like, no, bitch, he's not good looking. You're just in fucking quarantine. Okay.
That was like, the most amazing part about being in basic was by the time you finished,
everything was gorgeous.
Oh yeah.
Like that, I swear that accounts for probably 75% of the marriages just out of basic training. The other 25 would be high school. I
think you're low.
Mm-hmm. Low.
You're low.
I didn't say power of attorneys, Jim. I said marriages.
Yeah, and I agree with that. But the reason why I say it's low
There's one.
is
this was my dad's.
Holy shit!
I can't
had
find
that
mine.
in purple. I had that one in purple.
Did you?
Yes,
Yeah.
I had that watch in
An
purple.
actual swatch. Wow. Those of you who are younger than we are, we apologize for reminiscing, but
From the memory lane.
not much apology.
Sorry about the gratuitous crotch shot there, guys. But
hey, Neil, is that a phone in your pocket, or are you just happy to see us?
Neil, my tits are virtually out of my shirt right now. You can it's okay to have a fucking crotch shot. All right.
Wait just a second. No, sorry.
I'm glad my camera cuts off here because I'm not wearing pants.
I actually am, just because my kid is still up because of the insane night that we had last night. So.
Oh my God! Could you Saturday night? We went till probably. Ask Jen and Jen. We went.
I left early and they were
my
still going. When I leave the fucking party early, you know that shit is gone on.
It was 5.5 hours when we finally wrapped up, and then after the call, we sat for another 10 minutes.
Oh,
so,
cool!
Yeah.
Cool.
And then I had a D&D campaign.
Did you sleep at all, Jen?
Who needs sleep?
I got off
We're
with you
almost
guys.
dead, Neil. That's why we need more sleep.
I got off with you guys, grabbed the bottle of wine that I had, laid in bed with no pants on, and binge watched Succession after.
Wait, go back to the no pants on.
That's what you're calling.
I never had pants on.
Yo, I'm Floridian. My blood is pure cocaine. That's how I can get away with not sleeping.
Well, last night,
I'm glad you enjoyed it, Jen.
my kid wound up in the ER last night.
Jeez. Your kid ended up in. Would you launch him with a trebuchet
All
out the window?
right. No, I'm going to tell the story. I'm going to
that's
tell the
funnier.
story as it happened, so you can live it with me. I was wide awake at 1:30 in the morning cleaning the house. So I'm
As
on
you
my
do.
hands, as I do, because that's what I do. I'm on my hands and knees, elbow deep, fucking cleaning the bathtub. And my kid comes downstairs, hysterical, crying. And I'm like, what's the matter? And I thought he said, I have blood in my nose. So I grab a tissue, I wipe his nose. I'm like, see, no more blood. And he keeps doing this. So I was like, did you scratch it? And he goes, yeah. I was like, oh, okay. Let's not scratch your nose too hard. And I noticed the button on the top of his PJs was open. So I'm talking to him and I fold it over. And he goes, Mommy, can I have another button? I said, sure, I'll sew it back on tomorrow. Where is it? Like in your bed or something? He goes, in my nose.
My nose.
Oh, no.
So what he was saying through his tears was, I have a button in my nose. And I just went, is there a button in your nose? And he goes, yes.
You realize you're the opposite of Ginny?
I asked him.
He says button.
Button. I asked him 4 times, is there a button in your nose? Because it wasn't registering to me that there was a fucking button in my kid's nose. So he's like, yes, there's a button in my nose. So I was like, all right, lay back. Let me take a look. I get the phone flashlight. I can't see it. And I was like, is there really a fucking button in your nose? Like, are you lying to me? Because he
nail it?
Well, he likes to try to lie to hang out in my bed and watch my TV. So I was like, maybe he's talking shit. And he goes, no, there's a button in my nose. And went, and I heard the air go through the holes in the button. In his nose. I was like,
He's
so
got a
I'm
nose like an orchestra.
I was like, fuck. Okay, so I call the ambulance. And I'm like, they're like, do you have a set of tweezers? So I'm like, yeah. And they got him on the couch and they go, oh no, that's way too far up there. We've got to bring him in. It's 2 o'clock in the fucking morning, mind you. And he's like, yeah, I have a button in my nose. And he's like,
he's all excited.
he's chill as fuck.
Hey, Naka.
Hold on. I'll send you the picture of how big this fucking button was so you can share it
water.
with everyone. Hold on.
It's slightly bigger than her index finger.
It's fucking huge.
That's like a Chris Angel Mind Freak episode, except with more blood.
Hold on, I'm sending it from you.
More blood than stop. Yeah. How did he get it up his nose?
Oh, wait. Just wait. This shit gets better. This shit gets fucking better.
I'm going to tell my little up the nose story from summer camp when I was a kid, too, after this.
I'm sending it over to Neil now, just so you guys can see the sheer fucking size of this goddamn button. So he's sitting in the ambulance having the time of his fucking life. He's like, we're riding backwards, and this is my blood pressure, and I'm sitting in this fucking ambulance, no bra, like strapped like this. This fucking bitch is taking.
You sent this to me earlier.
Yeah, I'm sending it to you now so you can show everyone how fucking gigantic this motherfucking thing was.
That's Jen's hand in comparison, by the way.
Yeah, hold your hand.
That was up his nose.
That's bigger than her forefinger.
So we get to the hospital. They literally wheeled him from the fucking ambulance to a bay. I was like, holy shit, now I'm freaking out because I'm like, oh my God, they're putting him right in a room. So the doctor comes in and he goes, so buddy, how did it get up there? He goes, I put it there. What the fuck? And he goes, well, did it hurt? He goes, yeah. So it was hurting and my kid is continuing to shove this fucking button up his goddamn nose. And I'm like, why? What in the fuck? What? And he shoved it up there and was still able to breathe. And it was like up here.
It's got holes in it. Of course you can breathe.
It was up here. No, he pushed it sideways. And I'm like, I need to buy this kid fucking Tetris because god damn. Like it wasn't even swollen. And I was like,
oh, so great. Now I got the Tetris song going through my head.
So they get this fucking giant syringe suction thing to pull it out. He's screaming like a fucking maniac. And then he's like, oh, my nose doesn't hurt anymore. Well, you fucking think? You fucking think? Like,
this is an excellent story to bring up to embarrass him in front of his friends.
No, this is an excellent story of this is why you have to remember your fucking birth control. This is fucking why. And then he looks at me and goes, Mommy, can we put the button on YouTube? I was like, holy shit, he's got no shame. Like, no.
Hey, he's thinking about your channel. He's like,
I know.
That's views.
I'm like, he's got no fucking shame.
Why is that last part any surprise to you at all that he has?
Yeah, no right. In today's day and age. Yeah.
He's like, Mom, can we put the button on YouTube?
You know,
and I'm like,
I think...
yeah, fuck it, we'll put it on YouTube.
Hey, Mom, call up Susan Wojcicki. I have an excellent magic trick for YouTube.
But I'm going through my Amazon order list, and the PJs, the second set of PJs that he has fucking buttons on them. So I'm now going around the house making sure I have needle, thread, fucking crazy glue, steel bonding.
Replace all his buttons with Velcro. That would be easier.
Literally laying in bed with nothing else to do but to shove fucking buttons up his nose. And I'm like...
Yeah, but Velcro doesn't look as cool when you rip your shirt off, dude.
But now I'm like, now we have to go into a 14-day lockdown because the fucking kid had to shove a fucking button. And then we're in the hospital and I'm like, don't fucking touch anything. Do not touch shit. And he's like, this is cool. That's cool. This is great. And I'm like,
wonder if this will fit up my nose.
And then we're walking out of the ER. And the way that the hospital has it set up is you come into the main ER entrance and there's the COVID-19 testing station. And you have to walk through that. There was nobody there. And I'm like, if you don't keep your motherfucking hands down, if you fucking touch one more thing in this motherfucking hospital, I swear to God, I'm gonna fucking leave you with it. You get the fucking Rona, you little motherfucker. I swear to fucking God, if you get the fucking Rona, if any one of us gets the fucking Rona because of you and fucking buttons. Well, 180 degree that, okay, so here's where the adult brain
Don't even talk to me about that.
Here's where the adult brain kicked in, and I'm like, he inflicted pain on himself and continued.
Mm-hmm.
Just when I thought he wasn't my child. Just when I'm like, what part of me do you have?
Pain appreciation.
Yeah, pain appreciation, yeah. And tolerance.
I'm like, oh, you're poor partners, because now I know where you take after me.
Yeah. I'm cool with a little pain, just in certain areas.
So now he's in the living room playing something on the fucking Switch, and because we got back at like 4. He's keyed the fuck up. He's not going to bed. 7 o'clock, I was like, dude, I've been up since fucking 8. Lay down. He fucking passes out in 10 minutes. I'm like,
as only a kid can.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Fucking rolls his ass out of bed at 3:30. Oh, it's late.
Well, you know what I forgot to do today? Show my shirt off.
Oh, what's Lee's shirt?
Astrophys X-Men.
So yeah, that was Jen's night last night. That was my night last night.
She says that she plays with the tits.
It's okay. So they keep pulling the shirt down, and the bra keeps coming out, and that's why I keep. Yeah.
Just take it all off. We don't
No, I'm not trying to get Neil demonetized.
That's a little bit more than demonetized.
That's for
like
faithless
I'm
format.
totally cool with that.
That's for the faithless format. I know. He's like, really cool.
Thank you, Neil. Appreciate that.
Getting a
the
strike on my
faithless-
channel.
That's the faithless
Jen's
forum
tits.
after party. Yeah. I mean, it's my birthday for it, so I mean, I got to get naked somewhere, right?
Well, so Jen, on the whole touching buttons thing, I don't know if you've ever been around me
Nipples
when
can
I've
be
been at
buttoned.
That's where I was going, Neil. Holy shit.
Yeah, but I still to this day, because my dad was an Air Force officer. He flew, and so I had many opportunities to wander through aircraft that had buttons.
What did you shove up your ass, Jim?
I didn't shove anything on my ass. I flipped every button I could find, which I could find in military aircraft. And it is a testament to the efficiency of the Air Force at that time that I never actually managed to flip on an engine or a weapon. But I tried. But still to this day, because of how hard my dad came down on me, when I wander into a museum or any place where things you're not supposed to touch, my hands go in my pockets as deep as they can and stay there.
Yep.
So you
I did
can
that too, but I've
train
been
your
arrested for
son to not flip switches, no matter what his inclination to do so is.
When he turned around and when I said, "Oh, is it in your bed or something?" and he goes, "No, it's in my nose."
It's where? Yeah.
What?
Jim, I fucking swear, dude, when I'm down in Austin,
Hey, Susan.
we are getting
Hold on,
fucking
we gotta-
drunk
we gotta
together
say hi to Susan. Susan.
with Jen right here.
Yeah, with Jen.
Oh, Jim's
Oh, yeah.
gotten drunk with
We're
me.
getting a shit face.
Jim,
It's gonna be so much
Jim
fun.
and I have.
Hi, Susan.
Jim and I have shared some life moments together.
I just realized how wacky
we have been.
Streamlabs is with the left and
I know,
the
right?
right.
The backwards
Yeah.
shit.
I was
Like,
pretty.
there's Rob.
Wait, were you on the same boat that I was for the back
Jim.
cruise?
Wait.
I don't
What?
think so.
No,
Maybe.
you're on Matt's, right? Were you on Matt's or you were on the other one?
I don't remember. I was
was
on
on-
the one with the most people, not the least. I think Matt went on the other one.
Yeah, so no, we were on the same boat then, and I was pretty shit faced.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on.
I wasn't too much. I was more interested in the boat and the sailing down than
So
and
Susan
seeing than anything
And
else
Nathaniel are here with us. Sorry, guys. Just saying.
for the back cruise. By the way, folks, back cruise, if Texas is open,
Yes.
well worth.
Texas is supposed to be starting to open next week or this week.
So, well, to be clear, let me. There's open because the governor is an idiot, and there's open
Tennessee.
because it's safe.
Tennessee.
So,
Yep. Because
because-
Tennessee is opening at the end of the month.
Yeah. The
Oh,
back
wait,
cruise
wait.
boats are
That's not the one I
safe.
want. That's the one I
You
want.
cannot keep you cannot keep 6 foot of distance on,
Lies,
on the
lies.
Oh no, the Tennessee governor was like, we're not extending the stay-at-home order past the 30th of the month. We're gonna reopen restaurants, and I'm like, I'm just gonna sit in my house and watch the second wave kill all this, and then I'm just gonna acquire property. Like it's
What
gonna
did-
kill my
what did
dumbass
you-
neighbors, and now I own a house. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh fuck that bitch. Fuck this bitch across the street.
Yeah.
She's- Oh, go ahead, Jim. I'll get into it.
My current John's. I'm an industrial prostitute, by which I mean
You said I was gonna say my current Johns, and I'm like,
Industrial prostitute.
Jim
I'm a
have
contractor.
I was gonna.
Oh,
You said,
I got you.
You said you're Johns, and I'm like, Jim.
My
I don't think we've had this
industrial
conversation.
Because I'm an industrial contractor or an industrial prostitute, which means I'm a contractor. And I don't want to mention their name, but they have a strict "you must show up at the office" policy. And I'm seriously considering.
I'll do my best, Dex.
I have a better setup here at home than you do at the office.
Mm-hmm.
I want to stay here but the flip side is they may not actually care what the Texas governor says because they're not a Texas corporation. They may go based on other
Where are they
things.
based out of?
California, as far as I
Oh
go.
no, then you're not going back to work till 2022 then. Fuck that. California, you're not going back to work till 2022.
Yeah. And I don't want to mention them because they are actually a good company and I have a lot of their products. So.
Oh no, I'm not saying dox your company. I'm saying if it's based in California, you're not going back to work from like the office for the next 5 years.
One would help. We'll see what happens. They're a Fortune 500 company. And one of the things that I've learned is that all Fortune 500 companies, yes, their cultures are different, but they're all the same.
Jen,
I have worked for most of them. Jen's Little Corner, Jen Tits. Wow.
Maybe that'll be the name of my next channel.
Apparently, this has to happen now. Apparently,
Yeah.
Jim, and Jen need to be on.
You literally see me and Jim at fucking game nights. We just roast the fuck out of each other for 4 hours straight.
Yeah. And so when we do game nights that are not official ACA stuff, and
we roasted each other on the fucking ACA one. So,
we did too.
Yeah.
We were slightly more reserved than we normally
yes,
are.
we were far more reserved than we normally are, but
if you pay attention to my Facebook, you'll occasionally see invites to the games, and yeah, we're usually
Jim and I
on
just roast the shit out of me.
Yeah, and I have to say, in all honesty, your show is the first time I've actually been able to completely let the hair down that was not at the library.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, that's what I encourage that shit, man. Because you know, we're having a little bit of a. We might be socially distancing, but we're having a little bit of a get together.
Yeah. XP in the shows, I'm always cognizant of the fact that I'm representing the ACA, but more importantly, I'm trying to influence people.
Mm-hmm.
And me with my hair down and I don't have much hair, and this is way too long.
I got you covered.
But yeah,
you got a flaw, all right.
It's it's a different thing when I'm trying to be not politically correct, but not negatively influence people. And sometimes my sense
mindful that we're part of a 501c3.
Me too, brother. I hear you.
Well, to me, it's not even so much a 501c3. It's that if people don't know me, my sense of humor comes across as very abrasive.
Insulting would be a better word.
Too.
Insulting.
I will make this happen one day.
We need
the all Jen after party.
An all Jen after party, yeah. A number of years ago, I was working for a company called Webcast.com. They're no longer in existence, unfortunately. And we were housed in the same building as the sex crimes unit of the Phoenix PD. And they said on several times when we talked to them that they felt that sometimes they almost needed to intervene because we were so rough on each other when we were talking about ideas and concepts. And
Mike, you don't make promises you're not fucking keeping.
Oh, I saw that. Zing! If you're going to attempt to roast Jen,
it's quarantine, bitch. I'm getting my rocks off wherever I can. Don't fucking promise me shit.
Yeah,
Mikey.
yeah. You need to back that up.
Yeah,
sure.
No, Mikey can. Mikey's another one that we sent roast each other. I'm sorry, Jim. Go ahead.
Yeah,
I'm putting my.
But yeah, that's the kind of environment I'm used to, where other people go, "Oh wow, you guys really hate each other or not?" And we can't do that on AXP and the other shows because not everybody gets that. Not everybody knows you as deeply as as your friends do. So, yeah. What are you holding up there, Jen?
Listening to something that not everyone needs to be fucking privy to, Jim.
Ooh. Well, now we need to be.
No! I can have a personal life, god damn it.
Someone
read Doorknob Head's
it's not dirty.
comment just now.
Doorknob Heads?
Yeah.
Roasting? Okay, but who gets the baster?
That
could go a lot of directions.
Don't we have to do the X challenge?
I volunteer tribute.
So, Beelzebub, you've been awfully quiet and haven't said a word. So now we're going to put you on roast.
Uh-oh.
Okay. I'm like somewhere between half awake and asleep.
Well, it'll wake you up. Okay, so X
I have an
donated $2 for you to say toy boat 5 times fast. Do it, pussy.
That's right.
Do it.
That's yeah. Let's all try that. I can do it, no problem.
Wait, what is it?
Say toy boat 5 times fast.
Oh fuck. Toy boat. Nope. Nope.
Towboat.
Noodles.
I said to boat at the end.
Boy.
That's cheating.
Toy
That's cheating.
Toyboat.
You keep saying towboat.
I'm not even.
Toy boat. Gotcha, bitch.
I like I did the X symbol too.
Yeah, because I'm calling out to my boy Utah Outcast who had doubt. Okay. This might be the sexy gen. This is the less than competent gen that knows how to do stupid shit.
Crafted and fucking contoured that way, okay? Jim has seen me the next morning. Hungover, like, I can't see because my eyes are glued together from my eyeliner.
Doorknob says I got to eat another worm before I try that one again.
Yeah, I'm hungry over there. What about you, IQ? You're awfully quiet.
I'll listen. I mean, Jen's in the chat. I'm just gonna kick back and I'm gonna listen because she's a fucking riot.
You got that right.
Yeah, but we shouldn't be dominating the conversation.
What the fuck, man? What'd I do with my worm?
Jim, that always happens with me.
That can be misconstrued.
Like me and my underwear didn't even fucking skirt Jim to have me and him dominate a fucking conversation. Like I was like, wow, you're definitely a friend. If I can sit here in my underwear and we could still dominate a room, that's it.
Dominating rooms, ooh woo, count me in.
And then Thunderbird comes in and is like, hey everyone, I'm watching porn.
Or you're watching sometimes the same thing.
Neil, going back to you
you're proud of those.
Neil, going back to you not being able to find your worm, I know at this age it's hard to get it up. You know, sometimes your worm just goes flaccid, but they have posts for that.
Wow.
Trust me, buddy, the wind blows and it still pops up every time.
I thought someone was gonna say like got lost in
Yeah, but after it pops up, do you then wake up?
Yes. Shut up, Gib.
No, that's a pretty picture on my wall.
Hey, I'm not even finished yet.
That's what she said.
Wait, which Jen?
Exactly.
No, Utah's like, Jem, DM me on Twitter. I'm like, there's like 8 of us right now. Like, what?
There's like 800 gens here. I think he's talking about you, Miss Aldrich.
I would assume you because I don't have that much clout.
Oh God, that gave me douche chills hearing that. Miss Aldrich.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. Ooh. Should I say something a little bit sexier? Maybe.
Mistress is always.
Mistress Aldrich.
That's what my fucking pseudonym should have been.
Careful what you ask for, Neil.
That's what my fucking pseudonym should have been, Mistress Aldrich. That's exactly what my fucking pseudonym should have been. God.
No, I like Dragon Queen better.
No, I'm saying like to do shows with Mistress Aldrich.
I saw my worm.
Could you imagine that announcement at the ACA? And here's our newest fucking host, Mistress Aldrich. Like, what the fuck has happened?
It would work for GB3. And
I'm gonna work this in for the next episode. I'm definitely
seeing as how you guys are doing everything remotely now. This has dawned on me early this morning when I was watching you and Matt earlier today, and of course I was watching the Talk Heathen as well. You know, I could co-host now.
Yeah.
I like the delay there. Do we want this fucker on our show?
No, I am sitting here solidly in your corner, Neil. Completely solidly in your corner.
So Neil, and my silence is because I know what the effort is to get us in from Mark and Vern.
Yeah.
Right.
And we have the benefit of their voice in our ear telling us what equipment to purchase and how to do it and everything they need to make it easy. And I also know what the cost of that is to them personally, right?
Oh, I see. I got you. Well, I do have an Alienware, so the processing speed is fantastic.
We need to talk, Neil. You have an Alienware. You and I need to talk.
Yeah.
I have Blue Yeti. I got the headphones.
So all those things are good, but it really is. There's some things that I'm not going to talk about. It's not that I'm not at liberty to, but there's some things that
yeah, I hear you.
The effort it takes for Vern and Mark right now is taking severe tolls.
Yeah.
The kudos we give to those two do not begin to cover the gratitude that I have for them. I think I can speak for Jen. I think I'm safe for speaking for Matt and every host on every ACU
Like
show.
our entire network would fall apart if it wasn't for Mark and Vern.
In every sense of the word, fall apart.
Mikey's a Secret Lab share, okay? Fuck off. And the only reason I bought this share is because it's the only one on the market for my size.
Yeah. But it's... Yeah. there are some things going on in the background. The effort it takes, the conversations that happen in the background that nobody ever sees, there's an amazing amount of effort. Just to give you guys an idea, when we did the Quiplash show, that was 3 hours.
Yeah.
That was 3 hours. Mark and Vern started 4 hours before that.
And we were testing 2-3 days before that too. Like, put it like this. You guys see GB3 for what, an hour and a half? And usually we can get in the studio, do it in an hour and a half. It took close to 4 hours to record this last episode.
And
what is even going on out there?
Was the test ground for Truth Wanted. Truth Wanted was the test ground for Talk Heathen. Talk Heathen was the test ground for AXP.
Yeah.
And
it got smoother as we were going along.
Yeah.
and I'm watching all three of them going, okay, it's getting better. It's getting better. It's getting better.
Yeah.
The Truth Wanted, we're used to at least having one person remote in, but no, we haven't done it with two. This is the first time we did it with two.
Yeah. And the amount of effort it takes to get all the shows, no matter what you guys see, keep in mind that now, pre-COVID-19 and after COVID-19, pre-remote versus post-remote, that is despite the best efforts of the two best people we know at the
Put it like this. I fly down once a month because it's easier. It's easier for me to get on a fucking plane once a month to do the shows than do them from home.
So, and I know we have some folks who do all this themselves. So let me, from a brand new person to YouTube and doing all this, let me tell you what my experience is. Pre-COVID, pre doing all this remote. I walk in, I sit down, I put the earphones in.
We put these in.
Yeah, put those earphones in and wait for Mark to tell me to start talking.
Mm-hmm.
How does that compare to your experience? Those of you who do shows.
Oh my God. It's like, you've got to sit down. What the fuck is even going on over there? Jesus Christ. I just hear like giggling. What the fuck? You got to sit down. You have to check all of your equipment yourself. And then something's always fucking wrong. Something's always fucking wrong. You got to fix this shit. Then it's camera positioning. It's making sure your mic is separate, correct. And then you record it, and then you have to go back and then cut out all the little breaths and the ums and the mistakes and piece all of this together. Make sure it looks all nice and polished. And then go fuck around and hope YouTube is working that day to upload it.
Okay. Neil, what do you think? What's your experience compared to that? Because I know we just did a show just now.
I think Neil is deep in a booty call right now. Because
no, I'm not in a booty call. I'm on fucking Twitter.
Same thing.
Hey, Kristen, or best name ever.
Fair. I posted something earlier. Time for a beer, methinks, right? Because I was getting prepped for coming on to chat with you.
Right.
I'd like to have one when I have a couple smokes and have a beer.
Yeah.
Right.
And everyone's like, "Well, yeah. Would you look at the time? It's beer 30." So I'm getting all these people replying to all this shit, right? And then one of my very good friends, Purple Rhymes with Orange, is like,
"Oh,
I'd be surprised if you said there was a time that you weren't thinking about or wasn't your thought, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, fair."
I'm not going to disagree with that. Puck, my chair is from Secret Labs. It's fairly decently priced for the level of chair it is.
Cool.
They range in size from, this one's the tiny one, this one's the throne, and they go all the way up from 4'9" and like 105 pounds to 6'7" and 390. They have different ranges. This fucking chair is so worth it. It's so worth it.
I have the XL coming. It won't be here until May 22nd, and most of their stuff will not be here until May 22nd. I've seen Matt's and Jen's, and yeah, it's worth waiting until May 22nd.
That's where I got tipped off to this was Matt's. And I was like, let me sit in it and check it out. And Matt fucking towers over me. Yeah. So I'm sitting in it and I'm like, okay, not
till
this
you
one.
Meet me.
I know. Like, we have to get a
I'm
picture.
taller than Matt.
You're taller than Matt, but I'm swimming in this chair and I'm like, this would be great if it was smaller.
Kristen!
And then it's like, the fact that it's called the Throne and it's made for people that are specifically 4 foot 10 inches, I was like, if I fucking believed in a higher power, this chair would be it.
Yeah.
Secret Labs would be the fucking higher
Imagine
power.
having a chair. I'm on my bed.
I have a chair. I'm on my bed too, but technically my bed folds up into a couch. So
I like getting up in the morning.
You have a couch. You don't have a bed. You're sitting on a. I'm sitting on just a normal.
Hold on.
This
Puck said
fucking hide bed was made the same year I was born. Okay. This is some quality shit here.
Puck said, I'm 5'5", I'm too short to be an atheist activist. I'm 4'10", and I'm probably one of the loudest fucking ones we have. It probably fucking is. It legitimately probably is.
I'm a cartoon avatar on YouTube.
I'm taller than Eric, and I'm taller than most of those.
Jim, you're like, what, 6'2"?
5'11".
You're 5'11"?
Yes.
I'm 6'5", almost. If I put my boots on, I'm 6'5".
I want to say Dan's 6'6". I know my brother's taller than Dan.
Dan, I have to look. It's one of the few people I actually have to look up at.
And
Dan is tall.
My brother, but my brother's actually taller.
In a long time. My neck is kinky.
My brother's actually taller than Dan is. I'm 4'10", and my brother's taller than Dan.
Wow.
Yeah, I think Nikki's like 6'7.5". 6'7", 6'7.5".
I worked with a guy who was 6'8". And I had to get on a step stool just to punch him in the face.
That's why I bite kneecaps. Why do you think I bite kneecaps?
Yeah.
I just bite kneecaps and ankles. I mean, that's effective too. But.
Ow.
But yeah, this
only when asked, solely consensual.
I'll push my kneecap around so you can't bite it.
Start walking with your legs backwards.
Do you know how many things I've had to wrap my mouth around, Neil? I can surely make that work.
I wasn't ready for that. Damn.
I was, but
You got Jen turning into a goddamn fanny pack. What the fuck?
Let me grab my fleshlight first. All right, so Mikey wants to join us.
Oh, Jesus!
Switch me out, man. I'm a bump on a pickle right now. Anyway, we're good.
Me, Mikey, and Jim. I am about to get. about to get roasted as red as a chair.
Yeah. You enjoy double roasting.
I do. It's my only form of masochism I'm getting right now. It's terrible.
We can fix that.
It's like, can I get a link? I'm like, yeah, sure. Let me just boot IQ. IQ's my fall guy.
He is. I fuck IQ. We love you so much. You know that, though, right?
It's all good.
Like, you know how much we actually really do love you, right?
He's my brother. From
Fuck you, IQ. You're too nice.
I know. Yes, IQ does have the best laugh. I love IQ to death and still have no fucking idea what he looks like. No,
that's a picture. That's a picture of IQ right there. He's just an eye with a Q in it.
I picture like a brain in the jar. I just picture like a brain in the jar with googly eyes on it.
Yeah, brain in the jar. That works.
Googly eyes make everything funnier.
Better. I know.
Right?
IQ is the Tower of Sauron. That's.
I've been thinking about redoing my eyeball, so I might go for that look next. I'm gonna
do the googly eyes.
IQ's laughing beats.
It would. It's literally like in real life. It's amazing.
Send your fucking link, Mikey.
Fuck, Mikey. God.
Slacker.
God damn it, Mikey. No, I actually I had to look up Sauron yesterday because I took it Sauron. Yeah, I'm not talking right today. I took an Enneagram test.
I had one of those once.
And apparently that is at my worst fictional counterpart.
Oh. Really?
I'm reading through it and I'm like, oh wow, these higher levels sound great. And then the lowest functioning level is possible murderer. So, what was it?
Yippee.
Sociopathic possible murderer. And I'm like, I can't say I disagree with that though.
Remind me to keep sharp objects away from you. When
No,
I'm
I'm healthier now.
Oh, good. So it means you got
now.
better aim. Remind me to keep sharp objects away.
Right.
Jen,
Except
if we ever meet, I'm just gonna give you a ton of knives and say, Neil's over there.
There's a reason they lock up the sharp objects at the ACA when I come around.
That's not the only reason.
As Jim slinks back in, that's
As Jim slinks, and that's how Jim and I operate. I'll say something, he'll come out of fucking nowhere, which is some bang, and I'm like
a ninja.
Yes.
Is Mikey, what the fuck, Mikey? You fucking hound somebody for a fucking link, and then it's like,
okay, IQ, thank you, my friend.
Yep. I'm out.
I'm booting your ass out of here, and Mikey's coming in. Except his devices are not attached yet. It says devices not connected. Mikey,
the fuck,
connect
Mikey?
your devices.
Get it right,
Yes,
Mike.
that could be misconstrued as well, but connect your damn.
Mikey's too busy stealing Jim's background right now.
Oh no, he got out.
My background is my apartment.
No, Mikey stole my background.
famous for
the last
that.
after show I
He
did.
stole everyone's
really?
background. He's
And
probably
it was
working
just,
on
it was like
Beelzebub,
Mikey,
too.
and I'm like, oh, this is the closest I've had anyone in my
Thanks,
bedroom
IQ.
in months. That's
Right.
Yeah, that's kind of sad
There
for
he is.
you.
I know.
No.
Well, the
Look,
last
he's
one I
under the
didn't.
frog's belly button.
Whose belly button?
I don't know. It's green. That's all I
Well,
know.
the
It's
last
first thing that
one
came
I
to my
didn't.
head.
I didn't
Don't blame
have
me.
the last one I was dating in my bedroom, so it's.
Would
been
that be gay frogs or?
Making the frogs gay.
Alex Jones.
People always tell me that they're tired of my conservative agenda. Well, I'm tired of the liberals starting the frickin' frogs gay.
So you guys know that Alex Jones used to broadcast out of the same studio that AXP did
Yes.
back when AXP was still on cable.
That's
Yep.
Yeah,
I think I've been mad of like shared elevators before, and just like weren't aware of who each other were.
no, they were aware. I just don't know they've had full conversations.
Elbowed the shit out of that guy.
I
Yeah.
aspire to be Matt because I don't think I would have
Gordie
had
Howe.
the self-control to not punch him in the fucking face. Just
Well,
Right.
at that time, I mean, he didn't have quite the reputation he does now, and he wasn't. I mean, they were all on cable access, but
cable access was like the best medium to have that fist fight though. Like fucking all the debauchery went down on cable access before we had the internet. All of
yeah,
it.
yeah. I have to admit, cable access was.
Hi, Faye.
I
Nice to
almost
see you drop in.
who? Wait, what?
Wonder Lady, Faye.
Oh hey, hey! Like
She's
I almost
awesome.
miss public.
She's one of my
access.
favorite humans.
I know. It really is amazing. I almost miss public access though. I almost
But
miss.
I piss her off all the time, which I probably shouldn't do.
How do you piss anybody off?
I
Like,
don't
how is
know.
that
I say things
possible?
that people just don't agree with sometimes.
Have you looked at my Twitter?
Right? I know, and you can't please 100% of people 100% of the time.
I don't give a shit if I please fucking 2% of
Wait.
people 18% of the time. I don't fuck them.
How does
Jen,
that-
how have I not followed you on Twitter yet? What
I don't
in the
know.
hell?
I don't know.
All right.
What's
all
your
right,
Twitter
you guys,
called?
You guys had like 6
Jen Dragon
episodes
Queen.
she said in a row, and I
Jen
didn't even get
what?
a chance to get in there
Jen
and say
Dragon
that's what
Queen.
she said.
Wait, what,
Get
Mikey?
Get in here, Mikey. Fuck. Pipe up. It's not like you to be quiet.
I hear you, but y'all were so rapid fire with it. That's what she said. I couldn't even say. I was thinking, that 2%. Oh my God! Like, there was
Mikey,
like 5 in a row.
you got to keep up. We can't keep. We can't
No.
go backwards for the slow folk.
Actually, I'm going to do a little shilling for Mikey right now. Mikey's one of the hosts of In Time.
Okay.
So
Damn,
you guys
Jim
go over
coming
to
out with
channel
the hitters like the first time. Holy shit.
and check out the In Time show. It's really, really good, and they have rotating hosts now ever since Ansgar took off and started doing his own thing.
I'll check
Right
out
on
the
you.
End Time
And
show
knock
when
that-
I'm asked to be on it.
Oh, good night, Kristen.
Good
Thanks
night,
for stopping
Kristen.
in.
That's one less viewer for us because I know whose ass is not getting.
Oh, I've only pissed her off once. Only once. Only my mother pissed me off once. No,
Wait,
it's
what's
little
the
Johnny
show
dangerously
called?
there for you.
In Time?
In
In
time.
time?
Yeah.
In time. Yeah.
Okay, I
Yeah,
heard
something,
end
dude, it's
time
a
the
great
first time.
fucking channel. They talk about
Doorknob head, I'm not a
important shit.
fucking Scientologist. I'm not Xenu.
Yeah, shush, Zorna. Jeez, don't make me come over there and kick in the what's left of your balls. I mean,
I'm not Xenu.
so
No.
Naka, if you want to come in, dude, let me know. I can find a way
I'm
to
not
squeeze you in
fucking
here too.
Xenu for fucks. I mean, I totally
Xenu.
I would throw somebody into a volcano. I mean, that's not out of the realm of possibilities for me. But
Oh no, it really isn't.
Is that where you got that little bitty obsidian chair from?
yes, I sacrificed an ex for it. Actually, that's exactly. Oh, actually, no, I sacrificed my ex-husband's back child support for it. So. Oh.
Yes, this
I know
all.
our super chat so, just to be clear, if you guys want better callers on any ACA show, encourage better callers to call us.
Please.
We're only as good as the callers.
I've been trying, but they're like, oh, those guys are assholes. So what? Call in anyways.
I won't do AXP because every time I do the shows, we get the worst fucking callers ever.
Like Dawkins, Darth Dawkins.
Worse. I had the Hollow Moon guy, and then I had the Swedish guy who was like, everything is chaos, and that's why there's God. I had both of these, and then Dean Meadows.
How does that even like what?
And then I had Dean Meadows.
Oh Jesus fuck!
So Dean is not that bad.
Dean
is an honest interlocutor.
He is. He absolutely is. But and I've said this to Dean, and Dean and I are friends.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Dean, we got into the. Oh my god, no.
Yeah.
No.
Do what you're asking for.
Please, I can't. No.
Do what you're asking for.
I will pay you $100 if you do that.
No, you guys want to see full Project Gen come out? Have fucking G-Man call the show.
No, okay, wait, no. Let's have a double feature. Let's have a double feature. Get G-Man and Shani for Christ.
Oh Jesus, fuck.
Sure.
No. Oh, they'll throw me off the network.
I'm having an aneurysm already just thinking about this.
I can feel the tumor in my head.
But I'm dead serious about it. If you want better callers, get them to call.
Yeah, it's true. True.
We're only as good, no matter how good Matt is, no matter how good any
We're
host
only as good as the callers. Yeah.
Right, with the exception of GB3, which doesn't have call-ins. Vanguard, now Nonprofits, which doesn't do
Nonprofits, and
still a good show.
Vanguard does the interviews, so it's
Vanguard's now part of Nonprofits, so
that's right. That's right. They are, and I think those are the only two shows that we have that don't do.
Right.
But people call like after the shows air and want to talk to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's happened to me. It was the first.
Really?
It was was when the first night we re-premiered GB. Now mind you, I had done GB, Talk Heathen, AXP. I'm buzzing, I'm exhausted, and I get pulled into the back room.
More than slut than I am.
Oh, I'm the fucking whore of the show.
Don't sell yourself short, Jim.
I am the whore of the show.
There are only two shows I have no expertise for.
There's only one show that I haven't.
Shocker to nobody.
And actually, no, we can negate that because Atheist Vanguard has now been absorbed by Nonprofits. So technically, I've done all the shows.
Have you done secular?
I called in.
It was a recent phenomenon. Okay. You'd still have
I called in.
If you go back on Nonprofits, then you can say that.
Yes, which I probably will because I fucking love doing Nonprofits.
I want to go on Nonprofits. I miss Jeff D. I got to meet Jeff D.
Like,
I never got to meet him.
I'm the weird one. Everyone is all Matt, and Jeff D was my ACA thing. So the day I did Nonprofit.
And Russell. Fuck. They're no longer involved though, so.
We'll talk.
Joni and Chachi. I miss them too, man. They're not even there no more.
Joni and Chachi. So the night that I did Nonprofits, I flew in that morning. I got off the plane. I get to Matt's, change my shirt, get down to the studio, shot GB3. Stayed at the studio for a bit, left, got back to Matt's house, walked in the door, got a phone call. Hey, Jen, are you near the studio?
We're doing the tribute to the health workers and all the essential services right now. Every day, 7 o'clock, everyone gets up, bangs, pots and pans, claps, fireworks, you name it, right? If
so
you listen, you can hear it.
That's amazing.
I was expecting Neil to fart real loud.
Yeah, like real loud, right?
If you guys listen, you can hear them memorializing all those first responders.
Okay, so why was change that shirt included in that story? I literally was up at 5:30, got on a plane, landed, was in airplane clothes and then had to change to go film GB. So I get back to Matt's. I didn't even sit down. I get a phone call. Hey, you near the studio? No. Do you want to do nonprofits? Is there pizza? Is there food? Yeah, okay, I'll be there. Like, I was going to do it anyway. It's fucking nonprofit. It's nonprofits. Like, I was like, holy shit, that's Jeff D's show, and now I get to sit in and do the show.
Do they
and
have
I
Cool
like
Ranch Doritos? Then she was in.
Yeah, that's a good way to get me naked. Sure. Yeah, that's a great way to get me naked. But I mean, of course I was getting, because it was Jeff D's show, and I was like, holy shit, I'm doing the nonprofits. And I was like getting ready to cry at that point.
That reminds me.
That was how I got into nonprofits, actually.
Wait, Jimmy and Pagan?
No, he was talking to a pagan that didn't know how to respond to her.
Oh, I was like, whoa, since when? I'm literally hitting up the entire polytheist community like, guys, we have something new. Guys.
I think we all would have heard Ocean from wherever he is. What the fuck?
Oh, what the fuck? Like,
I gotta pee.
Yeah. So nonprofits, Atheist Vanguard, and GB3. It was not unusual when Atheist Vanguard was its own show to shoot on the same day. And so I was part of Atheist Vanguard, and I was hanging around to support nonprofits and just kind of be there because it's nice to have a live audience.
Yeah. Although it freaks me out doing GB with people in the audience. It freaks me out.
So that usually happens on Saturday, and I happen to be there, and they're like, "Oh, we're missing a host." So I was like, "Well, if you guys need somebody, I'll volunteer." And that's how I got on the nonprofits. Was literally I was just in the right place at the right time twice.
Yeah, that's hey, we're short a chair. Do you want to do it? I was like, yes. It's like, and then I believe I uttered the term. I said, "Women are not machines that you put nice coins into until fuck comes out." And somehow this delved into Chuck E. Cheese. And I was like, oh, look, here come the nice coins from Chuck E. Cheese. It's Chucky the nice mouse coming to fuck or something like that. And Dennis had no fucking concept of what I was like before this. And you can watch this episode and him just go the entire fucking episode. He's like,
yeah, I don't know Dennis that well, but he comes across as a very straight-laced, very...
and he's not, but I don't think he was expecting this on the show. He was like... Yeah,
he definitely wasn't.
And I'm like, oh, nobody told Dennis about me. Like, oh. And I apologized profusely. I was like, holy shit, you look like just like, oh my God, offended. I'm so sorry. He's like, are you kidding me? I fucking loved it. I want you on this show all the goddamn time. And that's now apparently I'm in the rotation for nonprofits because I completely offended Dennis.
What the hell happened to Mikey? What the fuck? Yeah. Oh Jesus, he's in my room again.
I got a new picture. And then I had to refresh my browser and I was like, oh fuck, I can't get back in. No, my joke is back.
Mikey, get out from under my bed, damn it.
Yeah, you're invisible.
Later.
And I don't want to generate to give you an idea that it's that easy to get onto an ACA show.
Andrew,
Mark, Vern, and Matt need to have a high degree of trust in you and know who you are.
I'm not gonna lie, I got GB3 because I've been in this community for 5-6 years now.
Yeah, but I mean, you know Matt well, and people know who you are.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't just walk on and be like, "Hey, I'm gonna be."
Sorry, who are you?
Yeah. I was in the ACA for 2 years.
You say that after you beat off to my tits, Neil. That's real fucking disrespectful.
Hey, I told you not to tell people.
Social distancing the right way.
Nobody said it was in person. It could be pictured. Wait, Neil, where's the nipple clamp? The distance nipple clamp thing.
Oh. Hang on, you'll understand in a second here.
Yeah, for those of you
I gotta reload the Yeti.
Yeah, there are in fact Wi-Fi operated sex toys if you need a social distance.
No. I looked into these with my ex. No, but you can't. There's no element of surprise. Like you each have to turn on the app before you can do it. So there's no element of surprise.
But if you never turn off the app, there's an element of surprise.
Yeah, but that means you have to like literally leave your phone open to the app all the time. And then you can see when they come online.
There's no element of surprise.
This
you think I won't buy 2 phones?
This is my social distancing diddle stick.
That's one way to get people to clap.
How do you guys see why I love Jim?
I knew I liked you, Jim.
Like, man, I hope Jim and I can do a fucking call-in show together one day because we forget that we have to be nice when we're around each other. And
when Randolph and I get our call-in show going called True North Talk.
You and Randolph?
Yes, I'm gonna have everyone in as a guest host at some time, and I think it'd be actually pretty hysterical to have both Jen and Jim in at the same time. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, no, we need like me, Jim, Jimmy, and Ocean on one call-in show.
I just put together a Yu-Gi-Oh deck for Jimmy, and I'm going to be mailing it out to him tomorrow.
Finally, I was going
tomorrow.
To get it to him, please.
Well, he just sent me the cash. He sent
Every time you pull that out, it looks like a carton of or not a carton, a pack of cigarettes.
It does.
That's this one with the flip top.
Wait, yours have flip tops in Canada?
No. This is I buy them. Okay, here's how I buy my cigarettes. And then I put them in a container.
No, I thought it was like a Canadian thing because that would be a Canadian thing. Like
yeah, right. But no, it's just milk. This is a hard case, and it pops open when you know.
That's
actually, I do it with my mind. Evidence for psychic abilities.
I'm convinced.
Put that in your pipe and smoke it, Matt.
Every time I hear the word psychic, I just think back to Gwyneth Paltrow's show on Netflix,
I
The
think
Goop
of Miss
Lab.
Cleo. I think
me too.
Call me now with the fucking God. Those are the worst.
Oh yeah,
I've ever seen.
yeah. That was all through the 80s too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Fuck, we're old. We're fucking old.
In a bag, yes.
We have overshadowed B Mills so bad this episode.
This is it comes from these are made in the reserves, right? So I get like $30 a bag for 200 cigarettes. And in Canada, trust me, I buy 2 packs of cigarettes, that equals the same amount here in Canada. It's like $15 a bag.
I remember back in the day, people used to do that here, and then all of a sudden, our Indian reservations became drug trafficking sites. So,
no, they're really good. They're well done. They're
in Arizona, if you want to get cigarettes for half price, you go to the reservations, and there are a lot of them.
Upstate New York too is like that. But then upstate, and then New York got hip to it. So now all shipments that they have of cigarettes have to have a stamp. Like
I've saved so much money and killed so much more lung tissue buying the cigarettes in bags than I did when I bought them.
God, Canada is so fucking convenient.
Right? Well, you know.
Why the fuck am I living in the U.S. anymore?
I don't know, but I can help you with that.
We're stuck here
He just
for now.
wants to give you the clap, Jen. That's all I want to do is give you
That would actually be the first time I ever had it. So, hey.
Ooh, hey.
First time you knew you had it.
Your resume is looking good already.
Wow.
I mean,
simple.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Fuck it. Just give me a second here. Wait, it'll be better served here.
I pretty much killed Neil on his last fucking show. Poor Phoenix. Like he had Phoenix on, and
oh my god, he was up so late, and he refused to leave until the show was over.
He's a trooper.
I know.
Phoenix is he's
Brave.
almost as much fun as oh shoot. Who is Virginity? I can't think of his name. Derek.
Oh.
You want to have some fun?
Absolutely right, Naka.
On the same show. Yeah.
I'm not allowed to be
it's
around
not your
Derek
fault. Marco Polo got fucking lost. Marco Polo thought he was in India.
I have to be on timeout from Derek for a while.
Anyway,
Jen
First
had to
Nation.
explain to Derek what a queef was.
I had to explain to Derek what a queef was. And
really?
This led to squirting, and if all of a sudden,
this sounds like a perverse version of the Sith code. Like
all of a sudden,
queef leads to squirt. Squirt leads to lust.
Derek ran from the front room of the ACA all through the fucking house going, no, and out of the back fucking yard. Like, they're like,
really? The famous Matt, you're done.
No. And he just ran all through the fucking house into the backyard. I'm surprised he didn't run down the block to fucking Thunderbird just to be like, I have to go. I traumatized. Squirt
leads to suffering.
Well, no, it started with flicking the bean, and then somehow we got to queefing, and then we got to squirting, and he was
never been a better time for Neil to sing Queensryche. I'm not singing Queensryche. Fuck.
What is with the Queensryche thing all of a sudden with you?
I don't know.
What happened? What did I miss?
I can do like Silent Lucidity. That's about it.
Yeah. So those of you who haven't been to the ACA's library, just to set the scene, it is incredibly small.
It's like the size of my bedroom.
When I got there, I was like, "Holy crap! I got a closet bigger than this place."
Yeah, I think
I've never been to the ACA.
Yeah, most of you have closets bigger than the main room where everybody can
my
watch
armoire is bigger than that fucking place.
Right.
It is a small 1950s.
I can't believe I have an armoire.
Typical
2-bedroom house.
bungalow. I would say bungalow. It's like a very typical. Yeah, it's a very
that's a good way to put it. Yeah.
Right.
So and this is one of the reasons why we talk about, or Matt has talked about, that we don't have any wheelchair space. It's because in order to get a wheelchair,
we don't even have a bathroom that works half the time.
To the bathroom, we would have to literally demolish the entire interior of the house.
And then and just rebuild it. And I'm like, we're not going to do that. Just buy.
You can see how wide I am through the shoulders. I have to go through to get to the bathroom. I have to go at an angle.
I did too, dude.
Yeah. So this place
Am
is
I
that.
the only one that's tiny enough that can run through the house and hide in the bathroom? Like,
you could probably go under the door if you really want.
You're probably
You know, when we have a working toilet.
Yeah,
when we have a working toilet.
You didn't have to do shows. Literally, all the shows that day when we were left with a fucking porta potty.
Thank you.
Every
if there's ever a God, thank
Sunday
you.
show, I was stuck with a fucking porta potty for every fucking show.
Oh yeah, and if you ever have to park there, let me just tell you, you are better off not trying to park.
Oh God, Uber it, please.
Uber or Lyft, please. As somebody who directs parking, please Uber or Lyft it.
Why would you take on that fucking maddening responsibility? Why? What the fuck possessed you to go, I'm going to be the crossing guard in this fucked.
I'm a software engineer and I like order.
No, this is beyond liking order.
No, it's not.
No, this is, I want you to clamp my nipples at a certain degree and angle in a certain pattern.
You just described every system administrator I know.
So that's your kink. And we've got to the
that's beside the point. But yes, every system. So the best system administrators I know got into system administration from someplace completely different because they loved order and things that work. And I'm the same way. I love order and things that work.
I am neither of those.
Willy-nilly in our backyard, we cannot get anywhere near the number of cars we need to.
No. We can't.
Oh, yeah, Jet City Woman. Jet City Woman.
Yeah, it is. No. Yeah, please take an Uber or a Lyft.
I think I forgot who I was hiding from, but I actually hid between the cars one day because I think I was hiding from Matt.
Like behind the spare tire, you hid.
Shut the fuck up!
Jump in where they put the gas door.
Jim. Just because we're not on ACA time doesn't mean we can talk shit. Shh. I think it was Matt. I had done one of my hit and run things with him where I just like insult him and run away in front of people, and I just fucking ran and hid between the cars, and he's like, "Where the fuck is she?" And I'm like,
I can hide behind the side view mirror. Just shush.
Yeah, and honestly,
it might have been like behind Thomas's Prius, Thomas Westbrook's like, tiny car, and I was
funny because fucking Duke always says I have a Prius. I drive a Ford Fusion, but he's like, it's a Prius. I'm like, it's not even a Toyota, you fucking clown.
Holy shit, this is like clown car shit with how big you are. Seriously, you drive a
Ford Fusion is a big car. It's not.
It's a sedan.
It's not a Prius. It's a big. Which
one am I thinking of then? The really big Ford.
Oh, the Fiesta.
I was like, there's no fucking.
Well, people make fun of the Prius, but honestly, I've been able to get more shit into a Prius than I have a.
No, I got a guy. I got a guy that lives up the block.
Got that magic back end, right?
Yeah,
Whoa, there's more room than I thought.
Oh, it's in my car. Good to know.
Funny thing. Magic Backdoor is actually the name of my second pornographic film.
My nickname? No, actually, I don't do the backdoor thing. Anal is a hard no for me, and so it may be magical. I just
so I'm kinkier than the other Jen. Confirmed.
No. Anal does not qualify you to be kinkier than me, sweetheart. You have no idea what's under this.
Okay, have you ever been flogged at a club until you start bleeding? I think not.
I don't know where I haven't been flogged.
While I was in a polycue with all of my partners.
Have fantasies that end where mine
begin. Yeah, I'm not allowed in Safeway anymore.
Listen, I'm a furry, so I automatically have way more kinks than you probably even know about. Just
That's okay.
saying.
That's okay.
I am older than you and have been around the scene longer than you.
I'm a former FinDom. I win.
No, you don't.
Oh, yeah, well, I'm a professional sub. I win. Oh.
Okay, I don't know if I would call myself a professional slut, but I'm definitely a whore. I'm absolutely a whore.
Yeah.
I'm being blamed for shit now.
What are you being blamed for?
Not to one up, but when me and my, monogamous girlfriend, when we had coitus,
you had to get the monogamous in there.
Looked her right in the eye.
Are you fucking judging poly people, Mikey?
Oh no, I'm just gotta throw my clout out there. Just I've done crazy stuff. I looked her right in the face during sex. I get crazy.
I once saw an ankle.
I'm waiting for the looked her in her face and something more.
No, he looked in her face and went, "That sandwich was bullshit," and he no longer has a penis.
It is 2020. The men do the cooking nowadays.
I am wearing a fucking jock when I come down there.
I prefer
it's probably not going to help.
I prefer chastity belt with key control if you really want to get me off.
Ooh.
I think we could
I
probably
thought it was
arrange
asking
something.
for your consent that would drop your panties.
Jim, man, you know me and the consent thing. Like, fuck. Wait, were you in on that conversation? You were on the stream running away panties. Yes, you were. You were.
No. You told me about it and I remembered.
No, Matt said something about it. I didn't tell you. Matt said something about it.
Yeah, somebody said something about it.
So Matt was streaming on Twitch, and we had a guy come in there who could not grasp the concept of consent. He just couldn't. And he's like, how do you know? No,
pissing contest of kink.
Okay. Why is that?
Well, pissing is one of my kinks.
I was about to say, did someone with that one yet?
Golden showers.
But we had somebody come in who was that. Yeah, but how do you know? I can't read signs. How do you know she's really not into it? He's one of these guys.
I'm all metal now.
I was like, well, you fucking ask. And I was like, holy shit, if a guy's like, let me know what you want. Is this cool? My fucking panties will run off into a magical place that I will never see them again, like fucking ever. And it's the truth. Fucking ask me. What are you into? What do you want me to do?
That's the first thing I do.
Holy shit, Niagara, bitch.
You want to make them happy? You ask them that right off the bat,
and especially considering one of the last people I was with was completely tone deaf about other people. Utterly tone deaf. And it was one of those, I know this person's going to say I'm shit in bed because I'm like, I give what I get. And if I can clearly see that you're in this to get off, bitch, I will win this race. I will win this motherfucking race and leave you there. You are the fucking tortoise. I am the hair cunt. Okay? Literally.
Whoa.
Hair cunt.
But the tortoise beats the hare.
Well, what the fuck ever? Slow and fast. Okay, I can get myself off quite quickly. If I think you're in this just to get you off.
Hold on, I'm having a Jimmy Neutron leukemia brain blast. What?
Jimmy Neutron.
He's having a Caillou moment, ladies and gentlemen. He's having a Caillou moment.
It's Caillou.
Wait, I can't say that too loud. My kid's in the next room and he's going to want to watch it. Fuck.
Yeah, so
I'm sorry.
Jen, you bring up something that I think Neil and I, more than the rest of you youngins who need to get off our fucking lawn.
I see how it is.
Yeah.
I'm not wanted here.
Yeah, they're going to be begging us to cut that fucking lawn with their brittle bones.
You're always wanting to hear Jen. Don't even fucking. Don't even.
But
Fine.
To go with what Jen was saying, when Neil and I first watched Star Wars because we were both old enough to watch it when it first came out.
Remember the lineups for that shit?
Yeah. But when Han kissed Leia, that was not a non-consent moment. Right. Yeah.
It wasn't. And no, it wasn't. And I didn't see Star Wars until this last New Year's. And I was like,
yeah.
You're like, wow, my life is.
And I'm watching Han Solo, and I'm like, what's the fucking appeal? He's a fuckboy. This is like.
Well, I mean, if you look at most of Harrison Ford's characters, his characters do that a lot. Like, look at Blade Runner.
Fuckboy. Like, this was the model of every Reddit fuckboy I've ever come across in my life.
So the counterpoint to that is that Leia and everybody and every female lead opposite of Harrison Ford in every movie he's done in the 80s, she was giving off every signal that people of my age, and I won't speak for Neil, although I think I probably
I'm right there with you. So far,
would accept as saying, I want you to hit on me. Leia was giving off every signal that said that.
Okay, fine. However,
and every female lead opposite of Harrison Ford in his 1980s movies gave off that vibe.
However,
and that's
we have way too much fucking education now out there. So it's how it was in my time. It's like, well, in my time,
that was then. This is now.
Fags. Why can't I do it now?
No, that's not my point, John. That is not my point. You know me well enough to know that's not my point.
I know. I'm just putting that out there.
I want you to understand where people of my age and Neil's age and those movies are coming from. It's not correct by any stretch of the imagination.
I call it the 50 Shades of Grey level of fictional.
50 Shades of Grey is a completely different thing.
No, that's not what she means.
And we'll get into that in a second. Oh,
I'm saying it's the 50 Shades of Grey fictional consent.
Yeah, it was a consent that was not explicitly said, but was explicitly said for the time. And that is not saying that it was correct for the time or that the 80s were some magical place. They weren't.
Nah.
But there is an evolution of the concept of consent. And you can see that if you watch movies that are old enough. You go back to the 70s and see it different.
Oh my God, if you go back to especially the blaxploitation movies and the B movies.
Oh, like Blackula. Yeah.
The women, there is no such thing as consent. Oh my God, watch just 70s porn. Watch some John Holmes shit.
Meatballs.
Bing, I was just gonna mention that movie, Jim. Get out of my head.
No, you two really are very similar.
So because we go to the same place. So Meatballs starts with who's the main character? I can't think of
ground beef.
The actor's name.
Grape jelly.
No, it was the actor. Comedian, did Ghostbusters.
Dan Aykroyd, Bill Murray.
So Bill Murray in that starts off with a, and I'm going to apologize, I may trigger some people I don't need to, a fake rape, where he dry humps a female character, and it's supposed to be funny. When I first saw that, it was funny. But her reaction, the female character's action was the correct reaction to that scene. And I didn't understand that at that time. I can't watch that movie as much as I remember enjoying it back in the 80s when I first saw it. I can't watch that movie past that point because it pisses me off so much. Because I recognize that was so wrong. And I would be willing to bet, given what I know about Bill Murray since then, that if you were to ask him about that movie, he may very well say he regrets that scene.
I could see that.
Because it is
it still doesn't excuse it. It doesn't excuse it. Just like you can't, and I've had old family members of mine
right there
use the term gay, use the term touched, use the term fag, and I'm like, use the term retard, which will, if any of you have watched me on Talk Heathen, know exactly.
I will punch a motherfucker for that one.
How far that fucking shit sets me off and quick. And they're like, you kids are just too sensitive. It was fine to say in my day. And I'm like,
it's not about
black people couldn't drink out of the same fucking water fountain as you. That doesn't make it fucking right. Like,
right, but by the same token, what I'm trying to say. So my grandparents grew up in Muskogee, Oklahoma, and before World War II. And if you listen to them talk, you would correctly interpret what they said as being very bigoted. But if you listen to what they said and how they said it, to the meaning of the words they used, you would realize that they weren't actually bigoted.
It's the Archie Bunker effect.
Right. Because when they grew up, the words they used were very bigoted. But the way they used them and the intent behind them, they weren't. And there's a difference between those things. We often, as adults, are left behind in the time we grew up in the 80s. And or in my case, in the 80s. So my grandparents' case, it would be the 20s and the 30s.
The 30s or 40s, I would say.
Yeah, 10s, 20s, 30s, 1900, 1910, 1920, 1930. My parents are the same way, 40s, 50s, 60s. I'm the same way about the 80s, and I have to be very conscious of that. I think we all have to be aware of where they're coming from, and not, especially with older generations.
Yeah, but there's being aware, and this happens a lot with my mother. My mother's closer in age to Jim and Neil. She had me very young, and she'll slip and say shit, and I just look at her, or she'll be like, "Oh my god, this comedian's so funny talking about this," and I'm like, and she's like, "Well, what's the problem?" I'm like, "Yeah, that shit ain't fucking funny no more."
So let me take it on something that's less sensitive. When I sold my house in Phoenix for $140,000, it's a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 1970s home.
Dude, you can't even buy a closet here for that.
My parents thought that I had ripped off my buyer because in their mind, that home was worth $70,000. Because when my dad was buying and selling real estate, we moved 14 times in 17 years. He was buying homes at that price.
But I don't. But this.
They have not updated their database.
I understand their mental database hasn't updated. However, my generation is expected to do it at the drop of a fucking dime. And then they're like, well, how come you kids can't go and find a job? And how come you kids can't keep up with how everything's going? Well, bitch, do you? Oh, no, that's right. Because you keeping up with the times means that you have to take responsibility for the shit your generation did for leaving us what the fuck we have. And I'm really fucking tired of this, oh, we're gonna fucking ignore it. And I just don't understand, because it's been used as more of a cop-out and a fucking way of negating responsibility for the shit that they laid in place. Yet we're supposed to turn around and say, we gotta keep. Why don't you have a job? Why aren't you this educated? So I'm supposed to drop at a fucking dime when fucking old man boomer Harry's like, I didn't do anything. I don't understand AOL.
Right.
Fuck off.
I agree with everything Jen just said. This is the important part about when you listen to us do IXP in the shows. The one thing that is so important is that we meet people where they are. If you're meeting somebody who is not myself or Neil, who have taken the time and effort to update our databases, and you meet my parents.
Naka, my friend here, just posted this.
Yeah. Remember to meet them where we are.
Okay, I'll meet you there, but it doesn't mean that I'm
we're not talking about justifying anything. But you got to bring them forward, because it is, and as you younger folks get to our ages,
listen to us, you younger folks,
get off my lawn.
Update your databases. It is a work to do. It is an effort, right? Am I wrong, Neil? As a two-aging guy, am I wrong?
Yeah, I'm in this weird position of being between Neil, Jim, and then everybody else sitting here. I'm in.
Yeah, you're in the transitional phase.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
Neil and I have gone out of our way to do our best to update ourselves. I was a Republican.
You are?
Republicans said, "Oh yeah."
Jim, if you think about it,
I had no idea all this is bubbling underneath. I never heard the dog whistles that we talk about. I never heard them.
You think about it though, in our youth, this was all starting to roll. So it's a bit of a slow roll. No, it was a slow roll at that point. But we were talking about this stuff. Even I remember in high school.
I will agree that the foundation was being laid.
Yes. I guess that's a much.
And then
better
the
way
house
to
was kind of being built during mine, and now the neighborhood is popping.
Right. So let me put this in perspective. There's a show, a detective show called Simon and Simon.
You know what? Andrew made a good point.
So it's like the first season they dealt with.
Good point, Andrew.
Excellent.
A hacker who was hacking into a bank and giving himself more money than he needed. That was groundbreaking. It had never been discussed before, despite the fact that Star Trek had started in the late 60s. Nobody had talked about hackers hacking banks until, as far as I know, Simon and Simon did it in their first season in the early 80s.
Until the technology was available.
It was late 70s, early 80s that people started talking about hacking, and that started coming from the phone freaks that were coming out of New York City that were learning how to hack payphones.
Captain Crunch, yeah, let's talk about them.
I have the same argument with these people that use the solipsism. What if you're a brain in a vat or a matrix? Well, nobody thought of that shit until the shit actually started being.
I just got into the simulation argument 2 days ago.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. In San Francisco, they started putting in the late 70s terminals for people to access information. Mm-hmm. If you read a book called Hackers, it was old when I first read it in the late 80s. It's still old now. It's even older now. But it covers all of this stuff.
Can I brag a bit?
Sure.
One of the characters in Hackers is actually based on somebody I know that was a mentor to another friend of mine.
Not a surprise.
Yo, you know my friends.
Fucking, what's her name was in that movie?
Angelina Jolie.
No, not the movie. Not the movie. The book. The movie and the book are different.
Okay. Yeah, I know they are, but I thought you were talking about the movie.
That was when I actually thought Angelina Jolie was kind of hot too. I actually thought she was kind of hot at that point. Now
she was cute back then.
She's not my type anymore.
The 80s was the beginning of kind of the ability to talk to everybody, because you had network TV everywhere. You had the Appalachian Mountains actually have power.
Yeah. And they didn't have phone service until the 80s, or long distance phone service.
Yeah.
That wasn't the party line, one line.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my goodness. We used to have, Jim will know this, we used to go back and they had like 300, 600, 900 baud modems that you used to have to.
Oh, I had
the chat rooms and BBS services.
You had to murder a fucking robot to get,
Yeah.
You had to murder a robot.
1,200 baud came out. I was like, holy shit!
9,600 baud came out.
You had to murder a robot to give your computer aides waiting 4 days to download a song.
So
in my day,
when I went to college, my second college was Northern Arizona University. And from Northern Arizona University in Flagstaff, Arizona.
Second college, actually.
Yeah. I went to college 3 or 4 times. We won't talk about that. I can, but I won't. From Phoenix to Flagstaff was less than a megabit at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my
and
goodness,
me and a friend of mine downloaded the same source code at the same time for a program called Galaxy of Blood, which was an early MUD.
Oh my goodness.
I'm sorry, IQ just made me IQ just broke me.
I just saw that too.
Yeah, we completely saturated the connection.
Yeah.
People couldn't get online because the two of us downloaded the same code at the same time and we didn't know we were doing it. That's code, not binary.
That is how Mikey's sitting right now, though.
I can type as fast as
the one video, right?
I
can. That's awesome.
I have never seen a truer fucking statement about the early days of the internet.
Yeah.
Ever.
Oh yeah, right.
So, but to put all this into context, what we're talking about, though.
Here's why I'm being so quiet. Let me switch my camera real quick. Shit's getting real out here.
Yeah. This is what we're talking about when we say update your freaking databases. And we don't. And we don't do it very often. And it's very easy. For those of you in your 20s, 30s watching, take someone who's 50, word of advice is watch the change. What you're about to see in the next 20 or 30 years will blow your mind. It's blown mine.
And
exactly.
So what you're saying is I should change my channel to a Fortnite like YouTuber gamer channel.
Like,
right?
even,
no, you can't predict what's going to happen next.
Even looking at me and my kid, and I consider myself pretty fucking on ball and adapting, and my kid is like way more fucking. It took me to my 30s to be as woke as my fucking 8-year-old is, and I'm like,
yeah.
What the fuck are you gonna be like at my age?
Yeah,
but that's just it. It's that your kid is growing up with you as his primary source of influence.
Yeah, and we all know how much. Like, he watches my show.
Right.
He actually watches like all of our shows, and he's learning. Like, I was arguing abortion with somebody on Facebook, and they had they brought up, because now we're talking about the COVID-19. People are saying it's baby parts, and I was responding to that. Yeah, that apparently the vaccine's going to have baby parts in it. And I went to respond to that.
Well, they always say that. Like,
right, but I went to respond to that, and he goes, "Mommy, that's not true." And I was just like, how do you know that's not true? He goes, "Remember when you said on GB about what they're not baby parts, but it's something that scientists do?" And I was like, you're fucking 8.
I guess if I grabbed my crotch and went, "I got your baby parts right here," that wouldn't be bragging, right?
Stop.
At our age, Neil, that's bragging.
I think I had somebody who was very turfy, was like, "Well, you can't have babies, so you're not a real woman." And I came in, yeah, and I came in and went, "So do you want me to go get my uterus from the biomedical waste disposal that it's in so that I can sit here and talk with the real women, or no?"
Yeah, so I'm adopted.
Yeah, you
my
are.
Parents, people I consider my parents, are not my genetic donors. I don't know who my genetic donors are.
I love how you say donors. Say donors again.
Donors.
Oh God, you just donor. Oh, I just love that for some reason. That's like
okay.
The accent.
I will say
I'm a blood donor.
Donor.
But my sister and I are both adopted. Our real parents are
Me too.
not our genetic donors. Yeah.
I wish I was.
Me and my sister. But I've met my biological family. My folks ended up getting married.
Yeah, so my sister met her biological mom, but I have no interest in knowing who my bio parents are.
Jen is a champion, by the way. She promoted my show on Facebook.
Yay! I did too, but it was only because I was on it.
I love you guys.
I promoted your show on the dark web. We might get some sketchy ass people.
Oh, my friends are coming.
Anyone want to sell a kidney?
Yeah. Like there are people that are out there and say trans women are not actual real women because they can't
trans
have kids.
Exclusionary radical feminists
and
are
like,
my favorite.
But then I do this. I do the. So tell me, would you consider me a real woman? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, well, bitch, I don't have a uterus.
Yeah.
I'm like, bitch, I got a uterus. What's up?
I don't want to speak for Neil again, but
so far I haven't had a problem with
cannot have kids. You gonna tell
me?
My
mom can't either.
Neither can my mom.
Oh, fuck!
But then again, I've also been told that I'm not a real mother because I had a C-section.
Oh, fuck off! Are you kidding me?
So
hey, where'd the goalposts go? It keeps.
I know, right? Like the goalposts just fucking gone at that point. That I will never know what it's like to really feel like a mother because I didn't push my kid out.
Bullshit.
And
Mikey, your
I'm
like, a bit big.
Not for lack of trying. The stubborn kid.
I think Naka's jealous.
Haters gonna hate.
So, like, okay, testament to my kid's stubbornness with the fucking button. I pushed for 3 hours with my kid. 3. Do you know what this little motherfucker did?
I couldn't even push for 3 minutes.
He crawled back up. He went
what?
Cold.
Like,
it's cold out there.
What?
He went. So he was 5 weeks early.
He grabbed onto the umbilical cord and fucking make it.
He like
was he bungee jumping out of there? Wanted to go around or
back? He was
again.
5 weeks early, and he broke my water. And once the water breaks, you're done. And I'm like, we were
I
at
can't
our.
say I know because I have no idea. But
we were at hour 20 at that point, and they're like, yeah, I think we were at hour 20. We were 1920, and they're like, all right, you got to try to push. And I'm pushing. And I had them like right fucking there. And I was like, okay, break. We're going to push one more time. Back up. I was like, oh no, you little bitch. No, you wanted to break that fucking water. You got to come out now. 3 hours of pushing ended in a C-section because you had to get them out in 24 hours. I was in labor 23 hours and 49 minutes.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Don't tell my mother that. Because
a real woman would have waited 11 minutes.
They said that, well, no, with
It's a joke.
Yeah, a real woman.
It's a joke.
It's a real woman would have waited. But yeah, apparently I don't know what it's like to really feel like a mother because I never had the experience of pushing my son out of a birth canal.
Bullshit.
Like
no, I'm adopted.
And C-sections are the easy way out. Do you know what it was like recovering from? They literally slice your entire fucking abdomen open. They pull your uterus.
Whose ass am I fucking putting this boot up?
They pull your uterus.
Mine, please.
No, but like, they cut your abdomen open. All right, wait. Trigger warning for those who make
Jen,
it.
shut up.
No,
I don't want to talk over you.
You can't do it. Neil's like,
I'm fucking adopted. You want to tell Jen you had a C-section? She's not a real mom.
Mm-hmm.
And you want to talk to me about my mom not being a real mom? Bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Don't piss me off that way.
But these are the same.
Got it.
If you breastfeed your kid, if you don't breastfeed your kid, it's child abuse.
She didn't have to. She chose to spend the first 5 years of my life wiping my ass. She chose to fucking kiss my knees when I skinned them.
Right.
She chose to nurse me back to health when I was sick. She chose to do all that shit that took to raise me, and so did my fucking father. Yep. And you know what? Fuck you if you don't think that's a real parent.
Exactly. Wow, I've never seen Jim rage like that before.
The whole thing with those types of people, though, right, is that they are,
Jim, I love
they're
you.
gatekeepers.
Big hugs. I owe you huge hugs for that. I love you. I love you.
Jim Naka wants you on his show.
I would love to see that. I would love to see Jim and
Naka. What happens
Yoko.
when you become an AXP host? This is what happens.
This is how much.
The rage takes over you when you become a rotating.
I am adopted.
I know, honey.
Me
honey,
too,
I'm lightening the
mood.
mood.
It was a choice, and my parents didn't just do it once. They didn't go, "Oh crap, we adopted Jim." We're done.
They adopted your sister too.
They adopted my sister. You're younger. We were both chosen.
Like fuck. Even I was like, I can't.
Jim,
I'm not doing this.
I love you.
Blowing my mind. You're blowing my mind how similar our lives are.
I know. Neil, remember when I told you that you and Jim would have like a lot in common? You two are like super fucking similar, and that's why you've got to have him on your show.
Yeah.
Gestures at everything. Okay, gestures at fucking everything.
Well, let me calm down a little bit. Let me tell this story. So my sister decides, and I love her to death. This is her decision. I support her fully. She decides she wants to go find out who her bio mom is. She finds out who she is.
Okay.
And I'm really not saying her name because she's on all my social media, and I don't want you guys to go and bug her at all.
Yeah.
She has a right to her privacy. If she chooses to out herself, she does, but I'm not going to do it. So my sister, she says she decides to go find her bio mom. And her bio mom comes to visit us. And I'm sitting there looking at physically identical twins.
Wow,
cool.
Movement, the way they gesticulate, the way I move my hands would be exactly the way that my sister and I don't move our hands the same way. But I swear to God, it was identical twins. The way they moved, the way they sat, the way they walked.
Where to who?
Yeah, it was amazingly similar, except for one thing. My sister's views and the way she thought and the way she looked at the world was so my mother, our mother,
nature, nurture.
Our adopted mother, and not her biological mother.
Nature, nurture.
Such a great way to look at nature versus nurture.
Well, I'm convinced that when it comes to personality, it is nurture, and everyone's like, "Oh, our family's been like this for years. It's a family trait."
Well, there are traits you can carry from your genetic traits,
but you
right?
carry them on because you were taught them. Your parents were taught them, that their parents before them. So it's not this genetically ingrained way.
Hold on a second.
Oh, okay.
Hold on. When I first met my biological father, and he operated a pair of scissors.
Well, no,
that's
that's like a physical trait. I'm talking about
genetic.
Right.
Yeah, I do the same fucking thing.
Talking about the physical trait.
I do the same
thing.
thing.
Like world.
And I was like, "Holy shit, that's where I get that from."
I'm talking like Jim was saying.
Like, what are you doing? What do you mean?
No,
like,
you
chew when you're with your scissors. I do the same thing.
Right, yeah. Like that, genetic. But I'm talking like the worldviews and shit. And when families are like,
oh no, that's totally
our families
different.
have always thought this way, and that's a family trait. No, it's not a family trait. It's a tradition that you're passing on from generation to fucking generation. And I butt heads with my family about this all the fucking time. They're like, no, it's a family trait to be more attracted to Italian men and marry them. And it's
I'm a quarter Italian.
It's a family trait to have this, kind of worldview and this family view, and women stay in the kitchen and family first. And I'm like, that's not a family view. That's fucking psychological abuse.
Exactly.
Psychological abuse, asshole.
Right. And what's interesting is when I watch
the range of
related kids and parents, they did not have this twin view of how they move. It's almost as if the biological children mentally choose not to physically move like their parents.
I would agree with that.
I don't know that's true. I'm trying to express my opinion and what I felt watching my sister and her bio mom move together. It was like watching twins who are entirely in sync. When I watch any other biologically related parent and child, I don't see the same similar, where it's just eerie. It's so eerie that my sister's mom's dad said, "Do you want to go shopping with us?" And I said, "No, not on your life." And he said, "Damn, I agree with you." And he went shopping with him because he was also freaked by how similar they were in their physicality, but not. I mean,
probably
my mom's daughter. I don't care what you say about the genetics.
Yeah, I mean, you're both adopted. You and Neil are both adopted. It would not surprise me.
And both have a adopted sister.
Right. It wouldn't surprise me if somewhere there may be some kind of genetic link, because you two are so similar. So like there are certain ways
I know.
No, but there's no. There's certain ways that Jim moves that I've seen you do. And there's certain ways that Neil moves that I've seen Jim do, and like certain ways that but it's like certain ways you guys shift, certain ways you guys move your hands, and that's why.
I was born in Spokane, Washington, which is close enough to the Canadian border.
Oh, really? Like, dude, that would have been like 2.5 hours away from me.
Exactly.
See? But I think
this is like the movie with Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger called Twins. Yeah.
But I think that's why
we are going to hit it off so good, Jim.
I think that's why I may have warmed up so
we already have
to Neil, was because Jim and I are my mother.
I could actually. I have a better suggestion than that. Neil, do you have ADD or ADHD?
I would say mild forms because of Ritalin. Because I was on Ritalin as a kid.
You would say mild? Really,
Chad?
Neil?
Chad?
Sure.
What about you?
Sure.
Yes.
Shiny.
So here's what I learned when I found out I had ADD, which is entirely to my mom. Thank you.
Yeah,
Mom,
I have ADHD. That's mine.
So the counselor I went to get a handle on my ADD put a bunch of us in a group session. There's about 10 of us, all with ADD. And sort of kind of unbeknownst to us, but really we were all in the same room, so it shouldn't have been, was all the people who aren't ADD who had to deal with this. And they got to watch 10 or 15 of us with ADD all interact.
Oh, cool.
Jen, Neil, and myself all interact that same way.
I was going to say, that just sounds like chaos, but looking at this live feed.
Hang on a second. I want to interject with something really quick. My very good friend, Chris Mallard from the Daily Atheist Show just showed up.
Chris,
Jim, Have you been on his show yet?
Have you?
I don't think so.
Ooh.
Huh?
I've only been on ACA shows and yours.
Okay.
So,
and you have got to go on Chris's Daily Atheist show. He does a morning show, and it's so much fun. I've done it. He wants to have me back. You got to go on there.
I hate to leave the party early, but kiddo was up because he didn't go to bed till this morning. So we're off. We're fucked in the sleep schedule. So I do have to get out of here because I promised him I would play
What's the
Monopoly.
maximum range of an excuse?
What?
What's the maximum range of an excuse?
What's the maximum range of an excuse?
You should know this.
Childbirth.
No, maximum 0 fucking meters.
Childbirth.
Yo, before you yeet out of the call, going back a few steps in the conversation, you said your kid watches a lot of atheist YouTubers. Don't have him watch my channel at all.
He watches who he watches. I censor sex. I censor a lot of extreme violence. I will not censor views. I will not censor worldviews on my son.
Mine are just a lot of like adult jokes. I don't, I'm like a dumber
Jen,
version
who
of
does he
Vice
live
Rhino.
with, for fuck's sake?
Okay.
Okay.
Fair, but like, here's the thing.
Strong.
My channel is full of like colorful cartoon characters. I don't want people getting the wrong idea, and I don't want Susan Wojcicki cracking down on my ass.
Again, who's his mother?
Are you saying you're a bright and colorful cartoon character? I'm confused.
Have you looked at me, for fuck's sakes? My fucking head glows. I'm so blonde. Come on now.
I think Jen was just trying to protect your kid from seeing you on her channel. That's all it was. Just
No, he watches me. No, like he watches
kids from being on Jen's channel.
No, he's actually my son is actually one of my subscribers to my channel.
That's amazing.
In all seriousness, Jen, we'll have to like debunk a stupid video that I find.
Yes, absolutely.
Because that would be fun to have you on the channel.
Of course, and I'm like, yeah, fuck it, have me on. But I've got to get out of here because I promised you Monopoly.
I got to bring this to an end anyways because I've got to.
Okay, wait. Well, then I'll sit and wait till
talking for 2 fucking hours.
Yes,
dude, we talked for 5 the other night.
2 hours and a minute.
Dude, these things can go like, but I start work at 5 in the morning, so I'm up at 4 in the morning.
That's right.
So.
I get up at 6, so just because I
am pretending tomorrow doesn't exist. I'm pretending after fucking last night and today, tomorrow will not exist to me.
But anyway, Jim, Chris, my friend Chris, the Daily Atheist, is on Twitter. And you guys can connect through there, and he's a great guy, and I think you'd be really fun on his show. So
okay, cool. Yeah, I don't have an alias on anything anymore. I am Jim or James Barrows on everything. So
Facebook, Twitter.
Yeah.
Yep.
I got over that from the SCA long time ago, so I don't have a lot of different names.
Right. So and basically, I'm just going to call this an end, guys. Next time we'll have to have you jump in, Naka, because I know you like coming in. So, and Naka's always a great. He's my brother from another mother.
Naka's awesome.
He's amazing. And if you haven't actually subbed to Naka, do that. And you keep changing your fucking channel name, you bastard.
Damn it, Naka.
But I like it. The rage. That's good. I like that shit.
I like the rage. Let's stick to the rage. I like the rage, Naka.
I like, of course, Mills Above also has a channel. Tell us a little bit about your channel, Bub, and we'll get some folks to sub to that one as well. Let's get him to 1,000. He's getting there. Let's get him to that.
Yo, let me get ready to sub to this. All right.
Mostly atheist content, a little bit of specifically criticizing the Catholic Church for some of their ridiculous doctrine.
Yeah.
And
I'm surprised you and I haven't done a show yet with that.
So honestly, with that said, I would like to see Jen, myself, and you criticize
the Catholics, all right, the former Catholics.
Let's do that. Let's
commiserating. The former Catholics commiserating.
We'll cover the shit out of it.
AKA the lunch after Sunday mass.
Will you guys be cool to go on Bub's channel?
Yeah, sure. I would be. Yeah.
Yo, B Millsabub, what's your channel name?
B Millsabub.
It's literally just B. Okay.
Yeah. See him with the little horns and shit.
We'll do a flashback to the after Sunday mass lunch where we just are a bunch of Catholics commiserating on shit.
Oh, I love that.
The old
I
tradition.
love that avatar.
Can I be in the
old
background
tradition.
swinging the incense thing?
Well, no,
Everyone with the fucking
you would
water,
go to
or-
mass
I
and
don't
then
have
act.
to spell it. Yes.
You would go to mass and act like you're so fucking happy to be there and you love everyone, and then you would go to lunch afterwards and talk a whole bunch of shit about fucking everyone.
Right.
Your YouTube profile picture is amazing,
Thank you. So
Right?
let's shut up.
and I subscribed
Awesome.
Excellent.
I appreciate it.
for sure.
All right. So next up, I guess, Mikey, you're doing the in time thing.
Yeah, you guys can catch me on Thursdays on A Stitch in Time, part of the In Time Network, or The Deviants, which is my personal channel where I post music and play video games, which I have been doing. It's all right. Better coming out soon.
Undersell yourself.
Got
It
to.
does.
I
Under.
like it. It's got that garage
It really
fucking rough
fucking
shit
does.
feel.
Yeah, and it's I fucking love it.
Yeah.
So it's so
So yeah, go watch all my videos and go listen to my album 36 times each. Actually, do it about 1,000 times each so I can get a penny from it. If everyone could just
You're
listen
right.
to my shit
you can
1,000
make
times each,
0.5 cents on the dollar for it.
it's 0.0074.
There we go.
So if you guys could just watch it or listen to it about 5,000 times each song, I might be able to make $20 this year.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm on it. I'll just put it on loop.
yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Make sure
That's gonna be the new nighttime songs for the kid. That's gonna be the new go the fuck to sleep songs is Mikey soundtrack.
Go the fuck to sleep songs. I need to have release an album of that. Go to fuck to sleep songs.
Did you see the Sam Jackson reading that book, The Go to Fuck to Sleep?
Yes, and I
Yes,
fucking
yes.
loved every minute of it.
You've
All right.
counted your last sheep.
All right, and Dead City Jen, you should shill out your stuff as well.
Damn,
sure.
I don't get a fucking shout, Neil. Fuck off.
No, hold on.
So yeah, my channel is Dead City. That's spelled incorrectly on purpose. DED. I also have a SoundCloud, soundcloud.com/CaneHyena, where I make satanic, edgy rap that criticizes the church.
Which church?
All of them.
Basically, I stereotype the like fundamentalists
Okay.
in my songs, but that's about it.
Funny.
Yeah, I have nothing else going on because I'm not invited to go on atheist talk shows since I'm designated as too problematic.
What are you talking about? I had you on my show.
Sound like you
Oh
be
come
right
on, yo!
mine.
This is like a bunch of drunk people getting together. Okay,
Yeah.
you know your
It-
shows
No.
are not.
Fair criticism.
Fair.
You got me there.
Fair.
It's 4:20.
I
I have to go
have
smoke some
talking
weed soon,
about.
so someone
Fair.
else go. I have nothing going on.
That. Oh, yay, nipples. Contrary to popular belief,
All right,
my show is not
Jen.
named Nipples.
Show-
atheist
Everybody
wind down.
knows what you do.
I know. Atheist Wind Down is my personal one. GB3 is mine with the
Okay,
ACA.
atheist wind down. Let me
Yep.
subscribe to this bitch.
The pillows in the back are mine.
Oh, the wind down? She's fucking fantastic.
Oh yeah.
And I will not be putting out an episode this week and possibly next week because all of my equipment went to shit.
Jen.
So, oh,
Speaking of squirting,
Hey Jen, I'm subscribed to you now.
thank you. Yeah, there's not going to be a new episode this week, possibly not next week because my computer went to shit, my router went to shit, and I'm not going to beat my fucking brains in trying. So,
That's
No,
fine.
I thought we were going with the beat.
That would
Okay,
be,
sure.
like that would be hard to beat your brains. So
I mean, all I got to
beat
do is
something,
all I
but
have to
y'all
do is
don't wanna
jump
hear
hard
what it
enough, and there we go. So,
All right, and last but not least, the guest of honor, Jim. You are known on multiple shows for the ACA. So why don't you tell everyone exactly what you do?
yeah, find me on the ACA shows. Anywhere you see Jim Barrows, that is probably me. I don't hide behind pseudonyms typically.
Tucky, the Truth Wanted,
yeah.
AXP,
Everything but
Non-profit.
GB3 and secular sexuality.
and
So
I'm
check
looking
that
to
out.
change that
And
on
the Preaching
GB3
Atheist.
soon.
Wait, for what? GB3?
Yeah, I'm looking to see where I can fit you.
On that. I have no idea.
Yeah, I
I
thought you
will
were going to get
find-
me in there too.
I will find you something you have expertise in.
All
That's
right,
how, that's how I work the show. I find the topic, what the guest has the expertise in, and then bring them on.
Right. So some people have found my YouTube channel, which hasn't been done anything with in 10 or 15 years now, maybe longer.
That's probably why I didn't link it, Jim.
Yeah. So don't go find that because there's nothing on it of anything of interest. But do find me on
trying
Twitter
to hide the
and
truth.
Facebook. I'm occasionally on the ACA
Yo,
Discord.
what's your Twitter again? You're
Jim
speaking
Barrows.
too fast.
Jim Barrows. Jim underscore Barrows.
Yeah, Jim underscore Barrows.
Yo, I got you, bro.
If you look at the original interview that I did with Jim, you'll see a couple of links there. For
I'm too lazy, Neil. Fuck you.
Yeah.
I'm
We'll
following
dinner
you
and a
now on
movie
Twitter.
first, pal.
Yeah. And that's pretty much where to find me. I don't do too much else. So
what you do is enough, my friend.
I have fun with what I do, and that's kind of my focus right now is to enjoy what I do and not. I'm a single software engineer in Austin. I really don't need to do much for entertainment.
Your existence is wonderful, Jim.
I have zero complaints about my existence. Yes, I have.
Me
zero
too.
complaints.
I can see.
No, like legit, Jim is my. I'm being reactionary, and I need to be brought down to earth, and I'm overreacting.
I can totally see that.
He's mine. He's like, Jen, look at it from
don't
this
know.
perspective because you're being a crazy bitch. And I'm like, am I being a crazy bitch? He's like, you're being a crazy bitch. I'm like, okay, I'm being a crazy bitch.
I don't often get upset. I have very few triggers. Jen found one night, and I was drunk enough to actually let it go. So,
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
not your fault. No, honestly, that was probably the best response to the turf the response to what you said that I could have done.
So I'm gonna get a turf on, and I'm gonna get a Mommy Wars person on GB3, and then I'm gonna bring you on.
If you want to bring me on as a happy adoptee, I can speak.
No, I'm gonna get you drunk and put you on.
Don't tell me you're trying to do that because that'll be much harder.
So
All right,
it's
you guys.
catapulting beers across country.
I'm down for that.
So,
As long as I'm at the
Why
receiving
is this
end, I'm
not a
good.
GB thing? Why can't we catapult beers in the studio?
because
they
we need to
explode?
figure out how to build catapults that won't actually shatter the equipment.
I have boobs. I have boobs.
Just
and I
said,
do- no, I
you
have
just said you
boobs.
broke your damn
And
computer.
I have boobs, and I've done wonderful Kegel exercises. We can make this happen.
Oh, I'm putting you through the
Hold
pencil
on a
test.
second.
No, mine don't.
Kegel exercises.
Mine don't.
Are you implying that you can accurately shoot
That's
a ping
good.
pong ball where you want?
Yes, I am implying the ping pong ball talent. Yes, I am. And mine don't droop enough for the pencil test. I am 38.
No, they're not. It's not supposed to stay.
Yeah, mine don't. It doesn't with me.
You broke
The
Jim.
pencil says you put the pencil in there, you lift up, you put the pencil in, and if it falls, yay.
Oh, I break Jim at least once a week. I mean, this is fun.
I break Jen at least once a week,
Yeah,
and
it's
nobody
fucking
breaks
normal.
quite like Derek.
Okay. All right. I got to end the stream, guys.
Okay.
Remember to like,
Jim, I
comment,
love you,
subscribe, hit that bell notification, and as
I
the
want to see
late great
fucking
Christopher
likes on this episode, bitches. I want to.
and as the late great Christopher Hitchens
I'm
once
not
said, it's
done
called
yet,
faith
Jack.
because it's not knowledge.
I'm going to. All right.
And also, Austin is in Texas, but not.
Neil, I'm gonna
Oh,
keep
Texas.
stealing your intro if you have me on here until we meet up at like an atheist convention or something.
It'll happen one day.
Yeah, and you have to bring me a beer because apparently my beer is shit. You need to show me what good beer is.
Well, dude, you drink Corona. Come on. I can bring you a
fuck
glass
you.
of water
Well,
and you'll get drunk off it quicker than you'll get drunk.
wait, little children. If you guys come down to Texas, we can get Aaron to come down and show you guys what real fucking
you can get Daddy Aaron Raw?
Oh yeah.
Daddy Raw?
Oh, yeah. Dude,
I am
trust me.
attracted to that man. I am attracted to. Someone stop the stream now because I'm about to come
He's
and
about to-
peef.
Jen, be very careful what you call Aaron. Aaron, be very careful what you call Aaron.
Yeah.
Be very, very careful what
very.
you call Aaron. Aaron.
He never let me be empty-handed when I was down there. If he saw me without a beer, he's like, "You need this."
The first night I met Aaron, we were at the ARC protest. And he's just drinking me under the table. And I was like, oh, we're fucking doing this? Okay. So I go to the bathroom, come out of the kitchen, 2 bottles of wine, 2 bottles of water, 2 cups, put them on the table. And he goes, oh, I love her. He goes, oh, I love her. He's like, you're fucking serious. I was like, we ain't fucking moving, bitch. Let's do this. We ain't moving.
Don't even attempt to drink
No, I know. I wasn't. I
No.
value my life, but that was the night me and Arn.
Gauntlet, so
I'm going to give you a run for your fucking money too. By the way.
No, I know you are.
I see Rage's comment about coming to Austin one day, being afraid of getting through the fundamentals in Texas. So just keep this in mind. Austin is in Texas, but not of Texas.
Absolutely.
I drive from Austin, Texas to Aransas Pass every day.
Neil, you fucking alcoholic.
There is
that was only like a quarter of the beers in his room. If he pans the camera the other way, there's no carpet.
Hour. That was just in the
last
hour.
Yeah.
That was today.
But yeah, don't be afraid to come to Austin. Austin is not Texas.
No, like I have the rule.
No.
If I
Austin,
have to travel between Austin and Dallas or Austin and any other city, I will fly because I'm good with Austin. I'm not good with the cities in between it.
I fucking love Austin, and it's the only other place I'd ever live if I move somewhere.
Austin, San Antonio, and El Paso.
San Antonio's cool.
No, fuck El Paso. No.
Oh, yeah.
I grew up in New York City, and I've never smelled a place worse than how fucking El Paso smelled. No.
All right, I will give you that.
That shit smells like dick cheese and swamp ass in fucking El Paso. Like,
so Florida.
It's the Mecca. You have to knock it. We gotta hang out.
You'll give me that on El Paso, Jim.
I did 3 years at Fort Bliss. Don't tell me about.
You'll give me that shit on El Paso.
Yeah. But El Paso is far more liberal than the rest of Texas.
Than the surroundings, than the cities surrounding it.
Yes.
I'll give it that.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's the matter, Andrew? I'm an expert. He's like, Jesus, Neil, after I showed the beer.
Okay, I've really got to go. Like,
I do too.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give my thank yous. Jim,
Mwah.
thank you so much.
Jim, I miss you.
That
I
was
love you
so much fun, dude.
Absolutely.
I love you and miss you so much, Jim. Like, so goddamn much.
Yeah, well.
Soon.
We need to get you
Eventually. Yeah.
Once this isolation shit ends, we'll all be fucking.
Once we can move again.
We'll be bumping uglies like crazy. Does that mean?
Speak
does
for
that mean
yourself.
what I think it means? Yeah.
Speak for yourself.
Ooh, bump my ugly daddy.
Okay, sorry.
Jen is a sister. Don't go there.
Yeah. Okay.
We're not in Alabama, Neil.
And we're not Trump.
Sweet home Alabama. Here's some weed grinding ASMR to play you out.
In a Pokemon grinder. All right.
Does this sound good to you?
like my very good friend Dead City Jen said earlier, like the late great Christopher Hitchens once said, it's called faith because it's not knowledge. And we'll see you guys next time. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. Hope you guys had a great fun.
Have fun.
Cheers.
Bye.
Everyone.
Remember, be safe, be nice, and be well, and all.
And stay home. And stay home.
Wash your hands.
Stay the fuck home. Wash your hands.
Stay the fuck home, and let's beat this shit and flatten the curve. See you guys.